himself. He almost took down Origami, but the South and Bottle did come out, so this Ember Spirit will be back up to full HP, and actually Kim O now does manage to heal himself up. Nando copying a lot of damage. That Splinter Blast will connect on the Undying. They'll get the Tombstone as well. Nando, he comes back in, but he did have the stick charges, and he will be okay. My god, they're cutting it close to this top lane.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. Both heroes really just going to the limits of what they can really sustain in this lane, and I think it's working out well. Both of them really even. Last hits are 13-4. Kim O opting to deny himself. I don't think that was right. You take a look at this respawn, it's taking way too long. And now Xiao Yui is under a bit of pressure. Does that taken out?
Does end up finding Nando, or Nando ends up finding him, and now he goes for more. Lucent Beam is available at level 2, and he will find a double kill.
God, what?
Very nice pickup, John. You don't sound happy about that at all.
No, it's just really surprising how far Xiao Yui and our Winter Wyvern just stayed in that lane.
Look at Wazoo bot lane. Getting chased down. The Stomp does absolutely nothing. Yamaguchi will end up losing his life, but they're probably going to be happy with that trade, honestly.
Yeah.
Brewmaster, just keep him as low level as you can.
Yeah, and you know, at the same time, you're getting decent XP on your Shadow Demon and Batrider. You have, you can pretty much make some work out of this.
Mid lane, Carl did end up finding Origami. Bot lane, they still are chasing the Auto Titan. So he will manage to snag himself that bounty rune. Stomp comes out, will not connect on anyone. The chase will continue. He is definitely dead at this point.
That's
had 5 stacks.
That's something we. Oh yeah, that's something we didn't talk about, Mike. The 2 number strats, right? They get these 2 status effects that have numbers over your name that just stack up. All they lack is like a Bristleback, I guess, to add more Bolt Spray and Goop as well. And you have all number strat. I think that's really Asian.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-digit strat, John. I like to call it. But you are right, okay. It does work out very, very well.
Oh yeah, and you know, Execration's having a good time now, 5-1. They are pretty much handily in the lead in terms of last hits for the most part. The only one that's really struggling is Batrider in that bot lane, but he's a Batrider. He's found, what, 2 kills for himself. I think he's perfectly fine in that situation in this laning phase. He's doing his work. Carl in the mid lane has 2 levels over Origami. That's not what you want to see in your Ember Spirit.
No, it's certainly not going well in the top lane again. Thought about engaging from the side of Execration. Being very aggressive, but they don't do so. Scan will come out from both ends, actually. They will find an Auto Titan trying to make his way to the side of that bot lane, but he won't make it. Origami, like you said, he's having a real rough time. Carl, I mean, it's a Tiny versus Ember matchup. Like, you can't really expect too much more, right? In fact, Avalanche Toss comes out again. Origami gonna copy a few right clicks from the Tiny. Carl probably needs a bit of regen himself, but he's gonna hope for a rune soon, I guess. So there isn't one for another minute and 10 seconds.
Probably gonna go for that shrine with Nando, which very efficient. Look at that efficiency, Mike.
Very nice indeed. Yaha, about a rotation through that mid lane. Origami, he's at the level 6 mark now, so he should feel a lot safer on this Ember Spirit. But I think what he's up to. Yes, this Arcane Rune active, but it's only active for a bit longer. Imo, meanwhile, top lane, forcing the Wyvern out of the lane. But Xiao Yu has pretty much reserved himself to the jungle, but Yaha finds him, drops him straight away, keeps stacking the Shadow Poison up. And now the chase is there. Remnant's coming in as well from Origami, and he will give his own life away for this. Does get 4 stacks though, to be fair. Almost there.
Yeah, not quite enough, sadly enough. Almost. Not quite.
Top lane. Wyvern, anyone left? But the Terrorblade won't be returning anytime soon. He's just going to stay in that jungle. I guess against that lane, like, you're getting no farm anyway, or you're struggling to get farm, you may as well just commit to slowly farming up in this jungle. At the very least, it's a lot safer.
Yeah, it really reminds you of the last game as well with Nando having to resort to that jungle. I just feel like at this point, you know, as mentioned in the draft, Terrorblade in this game could probably get away with just being a bit under-farmed. If the Luna's farmed enough and Terrorblade holds out until they reach level 20, you can just use the Luna's power yourself.
Top lane, Himo drops a tombstone, was trying to chase through into Wyvern, now going to find himself in trouble though, but he's still very tanky, they'll leave him alone. It's like bot lane, they may have an engagement onto Origami, but again, he's at the level 6 mark, he's very hard to catch. So without the lasso, they don't even bother. Yamaguchi, he didn't go for the quick level 6 lasso, rather he went for the level 3 sticky napalm and level 3 firefly. Looks like he'll just commit to farming until he has that blink dagger up. But he does have her up in about 100 gold. So hope to see that lasso coming out soon.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have blink before he has lasso up. Kim O is being dived again.
But Nando ends up finding Wazoo at that bot lane. They do end up getting Kim O at the top.
Nando?
Yeah, he's still in trouble. Origami has the remnant but has no mana for it. But the Flame Guard will get the job done.
Yeah, you definitely want to slow this Luna down. And, you know, she's pretty much had a good time in farm. Currently number 2, just behind Tiny in terms of net worth. Way ahead of Terrorblade. Which is not what you want to see. Yeah. I mean, trying to secure those bounty runes is a good move. It's just, you know, you don't want to lose your Ember Spirit's life when you try to go for those runes.
It looks like he really wanted to fill up that bottle with the bounty rune, but yeah, gets caught out by Carl, who now has a blink dagger available, so expect that to happen probably more often. Carl going to be on the hunt now. In fact, he's already standing there right next to that remnant. He wants to kill him off again, John. Look at this bot lane. Will him remnant in. Doesn't it? Actually wears off. Origami probably a bit annoyed about that, but maybe thanking his lucky stars after he watches the game.
Oh, easy pickoff onto Chao Yu. Just a blink in, avalanche toss. That's it. Terrorblade just has no HP.
Might find a wipe. The toss is available, but it's not quite in time. It was just a second away. Meanwhile, bot lane Nando being chased. Yamaguchi has the lasso. Will find Origami, but where's the follow-up damage? Not really there. He has one remnant available, and he will be chased down. Wazoo as well. Continuing, they find the Wyvern. Wazoo, I don't know if he survives this one. Tombstone comes in, he's slowed down. He has the primal split, but there's absolutely no point committing it. An execration again, 4-12 now. The net worth lead though, 7k towards the die. That is massive for 11 minutes in.
Yeah, I wouldn't even pin that to Chao Yue being behind in farm. He's top of his team. This comes down to that mid lane matchup, actually. The Tiny against Ember Spirit did not work well for our Ember Spirit. He's just about 3k gold behind the Tiny now. And just...
They found the Elder Titan. I mean, these guys are on fire. They really are working well as a team, really collaborating. An attempt here, but they will find the Undying at the very least. Kimo will heal himself a bit though. Carl walks back in. He didn't have the avalanche ready to go. Does now, but it is a bit too late. Just walk down and grab the end of this root bot. I'm sorry, you were saying about the net worth lead.
Yeah, your Ember Spirit's super behind. Your Terrorblade is behind, but you kind of expect that. You had to expect that in this game, that your Terrorblade would not have a good time anyway, right? They have an Undying, they have a Luna, which, you know, you kind of counteract later on, but in the laning phase, you just really don't do too much against. So they really needed Origami to be online much faster, but now he's just rushing Blade Meal. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Really stem the tide here.
But they're going to go for a smoke attempt. Yamaguchi will be the target. Mind you, he does have a blink, but he doesn't react fast enough. With that, his life is forfeit. It's pretty given in the way of Wazoo, though. It didn't really go to Origami, which kind of sucks for the Ember Spirit, but I guess these things happen. At least they're happy that they got that Bat Rider kill.
Yeah, that's definitely something you do just want what you can get now. Maybe finally take out this tier 1 top, which should open up the map just a little bit for you on the Radiant side. But Execration is just clumping up down bot. Looks like they want this tier 2 mic.
Not only that, but there's a juicy Elder Titan sitting there, and he will show himself. They know he's there. Avalanche will miss, but the Listen Beam toss is there in time, and Winter's Curse comes out. Not going to be enough damage onto Carl, though. They may end up losing the Wyvern as well. The Tombstone was dropped. No zombies following, unfortunately, for the side of Execration, but he's stuck. He's got no TP available, and he's dead. Double kill for Carl, and that tier 2 tower should end up dropping pretty fast to Nando, honestly.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long for this push to get going. Top lane, they are trying to apply some pressure on that tier 2 as well, but not going to work against Batrider.
Yeah, nice sticky napalm stacked up onto Wazoo. Carl now finding a triple on this Tiny. He's currently 8-0 with 1 assist. He's doing a fantastic job. They're still pushing in that bot lane as well. Looks like Nando just picking up some quick farm before he TPs. But if you're on the side of the Radiant, like, how do you stop this? How do you stop this aggression?
You can't get caught out like that. If you're going to defend the tower, you don't just throw your Winter Wyvern there all alone. Definitely not something you want to do. You know, just Winter Wyvern and Elder Titan, they can't really achieve too much. You want at least one core go in with them if they're going to go for the defense. Right now, the key thing is really just buying space for your Terrorblade. Make sure he at least finds farm, finds some XP somewhere, so you can hit that level 20, and then your high ground defense by then is probably a bit easier. As it is right now, you're going to have a rough time. Terrorblade is nowhere near online, has no HP pool, playing up against Luna, Batrider, and Undying, and the Tiny, which should burst them down quite easily. They do get the lock on Nando.
Yeah, this is a big pickup for them. Rotations weren't quite fast enough from Yaha, but nice pickup for the side of Waul. At least slowing down that farm just a bit on Nando, on that Luna. And I guess that should make the aggression subside just a little bit. Perhaps. That being said, though, Carl is in the mid lane, ready to jump in whenever necessary. Looks like he won't opt to do that. The lasso is up in 7 seconds as well on Yamaguchi. So I imagine we'll see a rotation coming in. There it is. The smoke is there. Line being drawn straight through that mid lane.
That was spotted out by the wards from the Radiant side, so you know something's up.
Observer ward was there. Execration. Should be aware now that they've been spotted. Everybody off the map suddenly goes missing from the mid lane. Nando will join in as well. Looks like they're just going to go for the T2 push, though there is a Winter's Curse. They want to throw it out, and now the stop comes out onto Nando. Origami's found him, and Disruption will save the day for the moment. Origami actually in a bit of trouble right now. He's been purged up. Kimo in the middle of all this, but there's no follow-up damage coming in from Carl. Now the lasso not even being committed. Winter's Curse is on Carl on that Tiny. They'll eventually get Origami, but Kimo's gone as well. The Wyvern in trouble. Looks like they will chase it down and get the kill. Do a 2-for-1 trade, considering how badly that initiation was from Execration. That actually works out in their favor anyway.
Yeah, and that does open up this tier 2, I believe, for the push. It's not too long though, so maybe Execration plays a bit safe, because Nando is pretty low, and it looks like they will just pull out. Not going to force the issue just yet, and maybe try to get some more items, some more stat padding on your heroes. I think that's fine, but again, you really don't want to drag it too long against a Terrorblade. You have to be cautious about that. At the same time, WoW should not be throwing that many bodies out. You don't want your Ember Spirit to keep dying, right? Origami has not had a good time. He's still really behind the network, even behind Batrider now. Not the spot you want to be in. Has his Blade Mail up, but it's not going to achieve much when your HP's really just non-existent anyway.
Fair points. Execration, 11k net worth lead. In fact, let's have a look at the Dota Plus prediction. It does believe that 70%, in fact, it just changed, 67% going to the way of Execration. So they have a 67% win chance apparently right now, according to Dota Plus.
Yeah, that seems pleasant, you know. The AI knows more than us, Mike.
Does it though, John? I guess
pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
Elon Musk can't be wrong.
No, he can't, can he? Kimo will back off from that mid lane. Top lane is being pushed in by Origami. So Carl will be waiting there in the tree line, hoping he continues pushing. We'll be linking closer with the Shadow Amulet as well. Just hides and make sure he can't see him. Origami still not suspecting this. And how could he really? Fortification though will actually force him back. Now the scan comes out. So Origami gonna stick around, but Carl shows himself, so now we'll back off. He wasn't gonna be very happy with the fact that he just backed out of there.
Yeah, again, you don't want your Ember Spirit to keep dying like that. They are going to try to make a play here. Looks like onto Nando, but Remnant misses the mark entirely, and well, just a bit of wasted time here.
They may find Yamaguchi. They do commit the primal split for this. Yamaguchi, Himo is going to be there. I don't know about this one, but they are going to jump in to try and fight. He will eventually end up falling, and now it's kind of like, what do we do now? Tombstone dropping. Does not actually have the soul room to use. They are going to continue though. There's the Eclipse coming in and they get the Wyvern. Curse was there in time, but who the hell cares about that? Wazoo will also end up getting taken down by Carl and Execration. Every time it looks like a bad team fight for them, they still end up coming out on top quite heavily. With that, a T2 tower looks to be pretty nice for them.
Yeah, that's a godlike streak on Carl as well, so he's been doing a lot of work in this time. 9-0 now. On this tiny 2 assists.
Finds Origami almost. And get the push out. And we can't forget as well, with Yaha there on that Shadow Demon, this push comes out very quickly from the Luna.
Oh yeah. And you know, we're going to see that in effect now. I'm just going to rush those solutions up there, right click a bit.
Meanwhile, Carl apparently finds Origami at the bot lane. I thought Origami backed off, but Carl, he stuck around, he was patient, he finds the Ember Spirit once more. And Origami, he's having a real rough time. 3 kills, but 5 deaths. 87 last hits in total. Oh, excuse me, 157 in total, but it's still not a good time. No, it was 87, I just changed the Luna. That is rough. 87 last hits on your Ember Spirit.
Again,
and we're sitting at 6k.
Yeah, he's trailing behind the Bat Rider, even not the spot you want to be in as Ember Spirit. You do want to play from ahead. You are a snowball hero, and that's just no snowball for the for the Ember Spirit. Right now, Chao Yue is nowhere near being as big as he wants to be, and he's nowhere near the talents he needs to have for this defense.
Oh, gonna be in trouble. He got real greedy about that one.
Oh god.
He will give his life away. That is a lot of gold, but it will go to the Brewmaster of all people anyway.
And that's still
terrible. Yeah, it's still great. He went for that Terrorblade. He almost found the kill, but the Winter's Curse came out just before he could swipe him with that right click. And even then, he probably would have died regardless. Though the Thunder did come out and ruin his day. He will go for the tier 1 top tower. Lasso is there as well. Who have they caught out? It is the Elder Titan. They want to burst this man down as soon as possible. So Wazoo comes in. Primal Split, he has no mana for it. He will eventually get it with the wand. But these
oh god, what is this?
They will end up getting Flame Breaked as well. The Storm Spirit ended up going down. Now Kimo moving for more. The Wyvern in trouble. The Origami trying his best to clean up the mess, but he gets disrupted. Can he get out of this one? He blade mails, but again, it doesn't do that much. The buyback will be there from the Wyvern, but man, Team WoW, they are falling very far behind.
They definitely are. That was just really messy. They not only lose, what was that, 4 heroes, they lose out on their courier as well. Fortunately, nothing was inside, if I recall right, but Execration's finding everything they can. They're going to take this tier 2, no problem. That's going to be the last outer tower for Team WoW, and that just means you can start pushing that high ground really fast. Again, this Terrorblade is in no position yet to have his reflection spam hold out for his team. It's going to help, but he has not shown up for these team fights, which I think is okay. But I know he's rushing that Manta style now. I feel like the BKB rush would have been easier. You again want to ride out that power spike from the Luna Shadow Demon kind of duo. You want to ride out that power spike. You did need a BKB. He's gonna go for that Manta style. Not sure if it's gonna give him enough stats to survive through. We'll see how it goes for this high ground defense up, because Chao Yue will have to join in for the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Got no real choice. It will deal a lot of damage, but Manta, he really wants it up before it comes in. Mind you, he will have the recipe in 400 gold or so, but then you've got no buyback available. That's going to be a problem. Not to mention, in the worst case scenario, Nando can just slow siege with Yaha on that Shadow Demon. Like, it's not... We saw this in the previous metas. They just slow siege, but there's you can do about it.
Yeah, that's definitely an option for Execration as well. Yeah, I don't think they need to slow Siege anyway. Again, the Terrorblade's nowhere near as scary as he should be against Luna. He does not have the talent to really just keep making it hellish for the high ground push, so they're not in a position to really defend successfully yet with how Xiao Yue is turning out with XP.
Well, they're going to go for the Roshan play now. I mean, in a sense, this buys, you know, WoW a bit more time, I guess, but on the same token, it gives Execration a way to just go high ground. This is the first Roshan of the game. It will just be an Aegis. Even give this to. I feel like Nando should take it, and he will do so. Carl will just get out and start for a pick-off straight away. They really want to finish this game right here, right now. They get the disruption off. They have found the Winter Wyvern. Without that curse available, it's really going to be hard, and no buyback available either.
Yeah, she just expended it a while ago as well, so it's going to be on cooldown for around 6-7 minutes now, and it's going to be a while until she comes back up. Even if you kill her again, no threat for that buyback. It really opens up for Execration how far they can push out now.
Well, they're going to try and go through that top lane with Nando. He's just going in all by himself. The stomp will not connect. Now the illusion spam comes in. Nando will go on with it though. We'll see how well Xiao Yu can defend. Although bot lane is being pushed in by Origami. Can Remnant back himself. Gonna definitely lose one rack. I think they've already accepted that part. Nice stomp comes in on the 3 heroes with the Earth Splitter as well. Will make up the 2. Disruption will make it so Nando cops no damage. Again, he has the Aegis anyway. Kimo, he has the Tranquil Boots. He'll slowly heal himself up. This is going to be a real tough defense coming out from the Radiant side. 17k net worth lead, 24 minutes in. Kind of reminds you of that first game we saw, like, WoW was this dominant before, and now Execration, out of nowhere, even more dominant back. But they will leave the mid lane while the Wyvern is up. They're just satisfied with having that one lane of racks for the moment.
Yeah, that definitely, I think that's a smart move to make. Just wait a bit until Lasso's back up, and then that's when you force another team fight on the high ground. And Xiao Yue has been hesitating to go in with that reflection. He's only been using it on the illusions right now, which you can see does a lot of work. But you want to use it in the team fight, you want to use it in the defense, but he has not been stepping up. I kind of understand where he's coming from though. You really can't step up anyway as the Terrorblade. You don't quite have enough HP or sustain to really try to force that. Carl does find Origami again, and it's an easy pick-off.
I mean, he has buyback, I guess. He will be there for the defense, but look at this. They're all smoking in and moving forward. They know they're coming after Carl. But with that, Carl is acting like a bait for his team. And here comes Kimo with the Tombstone and the Flesh Heap. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming out. And Nando will kill his teammate off, but if they can get Xiao Yu, it's well worth it. And with that, he has the Thunder available. Can he get it off in time? No, he cannot. Carl will find the Avalanche, takes him out. They both have buyback available. Their respawn timers aren't even that long. Like, they're only level 15 and they've got hardly any net worth going for themselves. See how they defend the high ground coming up.
This is around the time I'd say Execration should be pressuring that high ground after taking the Shrine. They definitely should. Look to taking out mid. It's going to be a bit harder in mid. Maybe bot lane is a bit easier to approach. But, you know, start sieging some more, force the buybacks out, and then I think you're comfy. To pull back after the buybacks are expended. Because then you put WoW in a really rough spot where they won't have buybacks on 3 heroes.
You look to Origami as well in this Ember Spirit. He's only got those boots of travels in that blade now. Like, what can he actually do to help his team? They're going to start the T3. There's the Tiny. He takes down the Winter Wyvern in the back lines immediately. So Carl's just taken down your main source of defense. With that, the Tombstone's been dropped. This is guaranteed second racks being taken. They're probably hoping for that Aegis to expire, but it's still got a few minutes to go. Now, again, Reflection comes in. Nando copying a lot of damage. He has the BKB charge, and Xiao Yu will get the Sun Drop onto Yamaguchi. They'll survive for the moment. Mind you, the Luna is respawning, and they're going to try for Xiao Yu again. And this time around, with no Sunder, they will get him with that last and final glaive. No buyback available on this Terrorblade. Spent it all on that Manta. With that, it looks like it's just Mega Creeps coming out from Execration. Question is, will WoW actually try and go and defend this Mega Creep push coming in? Well, they're just going to try and defend themselves from getting Mega Creeped, and Origami doing the best he can against Nando. Oh, actually take him out. He's actually quite low here. The Reverend as well, they do manage it. He does have a buyback. They also end up getting the Shadow Demon. Tiny Illusions. Hitting that range Rax, there's only one left, and Carl, look at this, he's going back in. He wants his Wyman, finds him again. So this time he gets rooted in place with that Rod of Atos. Stomp coming in as well. He may have given his life away for this. I don't know if you're doing this, Carl, but I guess they're so far ahead anyway. Kind of like, does it matter that much?
Probably not, really. Was that a dieback? He is down for 70 seconds. No, it's not even a dieback. He's just that far ahead. Level 22 and his respawn is just miles longer than heroes with no buyback because they expended it, Mike. I mean, that's something. That's how far behind WoW is, right? They are really far behind. That was a nice kill onto Nando. Was it enough, really, to switch it up?
I don't mean to interrupt. Dota Plus is saying 100% win probability for Execration right now.
Yeah. You know, Elon Musk is never wrong, Mike, because the AI consortium will overtake us. And I don't see the stats lying to us, I don't see the computer lying to us, just bow down. Well, I mean, there's still some opportunities for WoW to come back, again, if they hold out long enough to get Terrorblade big.
Apparently not, according to AI, John. No chance.
There's always human error, Mike. You never know. You never know. You can never say 100% because, you know, people are very, very random creatures.
See how it goes. If Execration don't win, I may have to unsubscribe to the Dota Plus, John. I don't know if I can trust it anymore.
Oh yeah.
But they will start pushing in with those illusions. Slowly but surely that range Rax will end up falling. They have no way to heal it up either. They get caught, although Nando's literally just waiting there, and this could be a bit of a bait. Origami comes in, they primal spin, but no, they don't. The lasso is there with that eclipse as well. They lose two. No buyback on Origami at the moment. They will buy back on the Brewmaster though. Can they defend this range Rax? Origami comes in, they primal spin, but no, they don't. It's
gonna be a tall order. Yeah. It's gonna be a really tall order to try to defend this.
Nando, reflection comes out onto Kimo. He will fall. Though Carl will just take that Rax and perhaps he'll back off. Do they actually go for this team fight any further? Probably not. So Nando, are you thinking about it?
I mean, you set up power of that reflection. It's just that Xiao Yue needs to kind of step up, go inside, and just reflect in the middle of everyone. And then Luna's just gonna melt himself. You set up power of that reflection. It's just that Xiao Yue needs from that Luna kind of step up, go inside, and just reflect in the middle of everyone. And then Luna's just gonna melt himself. You set up power of that reflection. It's just that Xiao Yue needs from that not easy. Kind of step up, go inside, and just reflect in the middle of everyone. Going for that mad style first, which is understandable. You know, it's a typical first item for Terrorblade. I think the BKB needed to take priority. If he had a BKB up earlier, he could just jump in, just reflect, BKB up, and maybe Sunder if he drops low, but he'll be able to do something in team fight. Right now, they are going to have to hold up against Mega Creeps. Not the ideal situation. You don't really clear it out fast with your lineup. And, you know, it's just a matter of time until Execration starts knocking your tier 4s.
We have an awkward pause coming out. Xiao Yu probably experiencing a bit of lag right now, and yeah, he makes the call. He's in a very awkward position. Gives the go-ahead, but Carl has a blink ready. He's pointing towards Xiao Yu's direction. He jumps in, Avalanche misses! Carl! Reflection is there. Nevertheless, we'll get started on the tier 4 tower now. BKB up, Carl just wants to take these out. The illusions as well. It's so hard to defend this Ancient when these blades are just bouncing all over the place. Xiao Yu gonna get lassoed up as well. If they burst him down, it could just be all over. He has buyback available. The Winter Curse actually bursting down Yamaguchi. Now the Riven's in as well. Cheese was eaten. Nando turns around. Gimo getting very, very low. Will end up falling. do Origami on that Ember Spirit. Ando, we actually stick around here. Carl is looking for another pick off on this Terrorblade. There is a sentry ward there, though he doesn't know that. Looks like they would choose to back out. In fact, no they don't. They jump back in. That was Manta Illusions.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Yeah, I think this is fine if you're Execration. You expend the Terrorblade buyback, you manage to take 1 tier 4, just kind of reset, wait for everyone to respawn, and do it again. There's no issue, you just need to wait, toss the illusions up in front, you know, team wipe them again, and you're pretty much set. You just have to watch out for that Winter's Curse and make sure that Chao Yue does not get a good reflection up. As long as you do that...
Roshan is also up. It's a very easy choice for Execration. They'll go for the safe route. Go pick up that Aegis for yourself. Get a cheese with that as well as a consolation. Blink Dagger as well coming out now on Yaha, so you're going to have that initiation with that disruption. I mean, I respect the side of WoW for actually trying to defend this against Megas. But they're 28k net worth behind right now. They're going to smoke up on the side of Execration. Are we about to see the best Mega Creep defense, or Mega Creep comeback that we've ever seen, John?
Maybe. Again, it comes down to Chao. If he can get a good reflection, maybe catch up.
Curse is there. That will already be expended, and Nando cops no damage though. Xiao Yu runs in with the reflection. Now the lasso as well. They've caught the Elder Titan. Xiao Yu, Night Sucker comes out, but Carl eats the cheese. Wazu's still safe throughout all this. The buyback's coming out from that Titan. They've lost the Brewmaster though, and Xiao Yu, he's falling quite fast. He's got no Sunder left, and he is disrupted for the moment. Now he's dead. With that, it looks like it may just be all over. Origami's the only one left, and he's gone now as well. He buys back, but GG will play. They've called it. The Ancient's falling anyway, and the Ancient will game ends. That'll make it a complete draw for this best of 2 series. Unfortunately though, WoW really wanted that 2-0. Definitely meant a lot more for them within the standing for the playoffs anyway. Unfortunately though,
yeah,
WoW really wanted that 2-0.
I think that actually puts WoW up
within the standing for the playoffs.
It looks like Execration is number 4 now.
Fortunately though,
yeah, and WoW is number
really
1, so both of them do get into I think that actually that series with that draw. Execration just barely being above I Am Point Club, and I don't believe this group has any more games to follow.
ever so closer to that side, so he gets clipped out of the shards and not clipped in, which we so often see. People get stuck in shards, which they shouldn't. But Rap, unfortunate. That should have been a kill on the Enigma, but they go back in Shrine, and Clutch Gamers having a pretty good time of this game so far. More wards coming out here from Rap, looking for Alacrity. Snowball in, won't pick up the TA on the way through, but the ice shards are good. One-man stun this time from Spartan as Rap does dodge away from it. KYXY's rotation won't keep the Lina alive. Might put themselves in a little bit of danger here. Insane. Do you have refraction? Yeah, 1 second with 1 charges to go as well. Bit of splash damage coming back off these creeps. Who's coming in from here? Kenji, hello. We have a glimpse. Spartan pings out the ward. Oh, Radiant Observer ward. What's that? 50 range, 60 range away from catching that Observer. Skylark with no TP. Stop this. Absolutely monstrous positioning here to get these multi-man stuns. What a boss. What an absolute boss.
Denied.
Nico baby. Top of the CS now. TA not too far behind. But you can see this Ursa, right? You know, finding a couple of kills, 2-0-1, net worth-wise, doesn't look too shabby. But you never feel really that good when your CS is 19 at 8 minutes. A lot of pressure here, of course, with the denies through the Eidolons. And this dual lane being incredibly obnoxious. Kenji finds out the hard way how obnoxious that lane is as they dive him under his own tier 1. Down towards bottom rune. What's happening here? KYXY does not get the illusion. Good tether, though. Dodging the Fisher and the Snowball, allowing the LSA to come up from Alacrity. Now the Grid Blade comes out with the Dragon Slave. Damage comes forward, and the call down. Nico baby, homing missile, rocket barrage. 2 heroes dead. All they wanted was a little ball of light, but they will get death and destruction. Veteran. Having the door shut in their face like that never feels amazing. Skylark, black hole, here we go. Kenji glimpse immediately though. And now the Eidolon's going to work for the damage of the Snowball fall. Will catch out Spartan. Leo evading but not fast enough. Regen for Nyx. Is it? Is it gonna keep you alive? One more hit should do the trick. Rap chasing forward and back, but he doesn't find the right track to follow. Spartan now can turn around and fight as Kenji killed by the gyro, and Nico baby should be able to clear this one up with no problems whatsoever. Snowball on the Spartan though gives Rap a kill, which he should by no means have been able to get. 9-7. 9 minutes in. Clutch Gamers against Veteran. All out brawl, non-stop action. This is what we want to see from Southeast Asian teams. Good old classic CIS Dota.
Nothing about Dire structures right now. The Dire might want to mine
Tower
the
top.
tower.
For this Enigma, potentially. No one's stopping him. Gyro is playing pretty forward here. Pulling away the cross and farming the stack. Leo will move forward and they have the level 3 glimpse back into the kinetic field. Nico maybe walks out of it though with the rocket barrage going. Leo doesn't want to chase forward anymore. Now, Shoti down bottom. KYXY Spartan sped up with the tether. Shoti with the enchant totem and, well then, Spartan, you've taken a step too far.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
Wait. Oh. I didn't see that one coming. Enigma nearly has that Helm of the Dominator done. So very shortly, these pushes are going to come through pretty strong from Clutch. Well, Leo's about halfway towards his Blink Dagger. TA farming Ancients. Relocate forward. Insane stunned up by Spartan. And with this gyro arriving, they should have the reveal here to find TA. The TP's from Veteran though, coming on through. TA still alive with Leo half HP. Snowball in, the IO keeping him alive. The relocate in 2 seconds. Oh, the Echo Slam not going to be enough as Spartan does die. Alacrity now left alone, high and dry with 4 people chasing him. But Clutch Gamers will fall back for the 4-man shrine and return to their lanes. 11 minutes in. Let's have a look at the levels then. 11 on TA. Insane. Starting to race away with things at this moment in time. About 3/5 of the way through that Desolator. Net worth-wise, a little behind the Gyro, but of course, Gyro with... Oh, interesting. Going straight into the Maelstrom. Glimpse back after the Snowball. Skylark has no black hole for 15 seconds. Spartan punched up inside the Static Storm while Alacrity chased by the TA. Show T. Oh, gets the 3. Man, playing. Clutch Gamers, what are you doing? Out in the open, shot down, and nothing they could do. So I was going to say that comparatively, TA very often goes for, you know, Deso, Blink, one first, the other second, obviously. And they're quite big ticket items, you know? Takes quite a while to build them up, and they're quite expensive. Whereas Gyro see there, Gyro very often is, you know, Phase, Aquila, Drums, Wand, SNY, BKB, maybe a Maelstrom here and there, but we don't see that often. But Nico Baby, in fact, has just gone Phase, Aquila, Maelstrom on this Gyro. It does make up for the fact that, of course, you don't get that beautiful Black Cannon talent anymore. And of course, it does tie in with the level 15 IO talent with the Ags upgrade, but it's very early Maelstrom. Quite an interesting one. Let's see how it works. I like going back for the drums, for sure. I think he needs to tank up, most certainly, and movement speed's always going to help you out. You know, we talked about displacement earlier on. Disruptor, Tusk, even Earthshake to some extent has that Fisher for the displacement. Stun misses from Spartan. So Shoti does get a 3-man Fisher. Homing missile, not quite finishing him. Snowball drags him back into the middle of battle. The punch up onto Skylark, but the black hole to return. Catches all 3 of them and they will fall. Pay for their insolence. They do bust out a lot there to Clutch Gamers to take down 2 supports and an offlaner. And in the meantime, Leo is getting a lot of face time with the top lane. No real pressure onto the tier 1 just yet, but it does buy up his Blink Dagger.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Is that TA's Deso coming? It sure is. So Insane with a 14-minute Desolator. 6.7k net worth. Not too bad. This, of course, will most certainly help accelerate the TA into a position of power. Right, Skylark, what have you got? What is this for?
Regeneration. Radiant's mid tower.
You can't dispel that. I know you can dispel that. You can't dispel these. That's the only thing. You can't dispel that. Dispel this. You can't dispel that. I wonder. For now, it's scouting Roshan. Oh shit, my bad. T-Taurus, sorry guys. Getting so caught up in all that Satur's for. Kenji being chased down. Spartan. That's a stun in 3 seconds, but Leo comes in to debut the Blink Dagger. Carapace not quite ready. Now Nico Baby trapped in a pretty awkward position with the Static Storm down. They'll find Alacrity pinging now onto Nico Baby, but in comes the Ted over the IO coming forward. Kenji will drop Nico Baby. No cooldown and no flat cannon, so has to rely on the Rocket Barrage to do the damage. Good 2-man stun. Spartan might have saved the day. Keep the Gyro alive. Keep him alive. Keep the enemies at bay. This is not going to work out. In comes Veteran, and they are on an absolute rampage. Insane double kill. Look for the triple, and it's Leo that clears it all up. 4 heroes die. I think it was 5 with Spartan dying twice. Let's have a look. He, died, brought back, and died again. So 5 casualties for Clutch Gamers as Veteran. 2,000 net worth swing puts them in the lead. 4,000 experience. Look at this, 1,200 experience. That's like a level and a half. I guess at level 15. Let's not look at the TA. There, 840 experience. That's what we want to see. So 820. Yeah, it's like a level and a half. Like a freaking level and a half for the majority of these players. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Clutch Gamers.
There goes
And they do have Black Hole in 40. Now the drums are up on the Gyro. Veteran doing very well to exploit this timing, though. Pre-BKB. Pre-Yulse. Oh, man, this Lina. Aquila phase raindrops. Must have spent a decent amount of money on regen in the lane as well. But Alacrity, 16 minutes in. is just about to crack that Yule Scepter. A one-man spam in chat. Overloadness 10. You go, buddy. No one's gonna stop you. You do you. You're not being rude. You're not being obnoxious. You're spamming, but you're a nice boy. Or girl. Or whatever. Human. I'm assuming you're a human being. I'll call you a human. There we go. Wonderful. Right, Spartan has gone to do something. He just wants a pee. So we'll give him the pee. Can't pee for too long. Then you have some serious problems. Blink Basher on its way for Leo's Ursa. Turn of Shadows into Blink for the little old Tusk man. We've got Blink on the Earthshaker with Echo Slam as well. Going to be a real tasty treat. Well, that's going to be a good one as well. We've got Blink Echo and we've got Blink Black Hole. Oh boy. No, I'll allow it.
All right, carry on. Radiant's bottom tower seen better days. Invisibility.
Oh yeah, wait, items. Wait. Alright, he's got nothing. We saw that. We're working on a BKB for Nico, baby. Beautiful. So there's the Blink Enigma. Black Hole in 8 seconds. Leo clearing out the Helm of the Dominator creep. Try and open up Roshan for themselves.
Radiant structures like this.
So that creep was just the scout Roshan. There was no real motive to having the purge creep other than to scout Roshan and maybe the chance to purge off that overpower. Cooldown will come in, pop a raindrop charge there, but in the back the Black Hole cancelled. Oh man, Veteran are going ham here, moving forward now with a glimpse of the Nico baby gyro removed inside the static storm and the snowball forward catches KYXY. Good tether back, but trapped in the shards. Rap guesses perfectly. Judging the movements of his opponents to precision as Veteran now 7 kills in the lead with a 4,000 net worth lead. Looking like they're in a driving seat of this game. Has my game audio increased during the pause?
Radiant's
it feels like it has, you know.
Radiant's mid tower's in trouble.
Something wonky is going on. Big smoke from Veteran. How many ultis do we have? Echo Slam in 86, that's not here. 25 for the Static Storm, but if Lena shows herself on lane like that, Leo just immediately on top of the target with the Basher. Roshan obviously up still for either team to take, but with Veteran in this kind of position, they can most certainly wander into the pit. Black Hole, such a long cooldown, and like using it here on the Ursa, you know, it doesn't feel good. But when the Ursa's running at you, you've got nothing to do. You know, you put Malefice on him, he pops his Enrage, takes it away. I think Skylight pretty much had to Black Hole there. The trouble was they were so spread. You know, they had Enigma here, they had Gyro here, Io here. Nyx was somewhere running around in circles, you know, just doing Spartan things. But Clutch being undone a little bit here by Veteran's draft. Lena most certainly struggling. 2, 5, and 3 on Alacrity's Lena. Has been a pretty atrocious game. Well, that's what happens when you 5th pick Lena, open to a TA 10th pick for your opponents. It does make things awkward for your mid-up. KYXY will take up the mantle of pushing down bottom while Skylark lurks and farms the jungle.
Radiant's top tower's hurting. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
No real clash coming. Just a mirror movement. Okay. That's not a clash. That's assault. Someone needs to put this man in jail. Lock him up, Shoti. absolutely annihilated that IO, and there was no consent given whatsoever by KYXY. Deary, deary me. Spartan Invis vendetted up, looking for an opening. Glimpses there, drags him back. Skylark moves forward towards Leo, but they've got their escape paths. Spartan still spotted by the sentry, and another one goes down. Shard's not quite good enough here, and Spartan skirting the edge of that sentry. Never so tight. On the side, Leo with no Aegis here, does pop the enrage just in time.
Yes.
And this TA
Mid-tower could use
is getting pretty big. 12,500 net worth. Blank Deso. BKB is just, it's pretty much done. Pretty much done, guys. We can never ever count out an Enigma black hole, an IO relocate, a gyro flat count. You know, we've got these big team fight cooldowns and cooldowns. Is that like a diners, drive-ins, and dives? It's a guy, the next Guy Fieri show. Cooldowns and cooldowns, and T-Tours as well, missing kills on the IO multiple times this game. Right, yes, Guy Fieri. Well, that's a nice stack that Skylark has made up for Show T. He did grab like a Satyr or something, right? I don't think it's anywhere on the map. I think it died. Is your thing on CD still? You've got Helm ready. I don't know where it's gone. I don't know where it's gone. BKB still some distance away for the gyro, makes this game very hard. You can see the Lena rushing into one herself as well. BKB for Enigma. And once these BKBs are up, Clutch Gamers, they're in a pretty good spot, to be perfectly honest. You know, 11,000 net worth lead doesn't mean a lot when the Radiant can hold high ground pretty much forever. But if you break high ground before those BKBs, now that's a different story, and that's what Veteran are trying to do. They know the timing, they know that they've put their opponents on the back foot and behind, so they're going to force the final fight. This is the fight for Hoover Dam. This is the fight for the Tier 3. This is the fight on the high ground for this Radiant base for game number 1. If the Radiant lose this fight, the game ends. If the Dire lose this fight, the game probably lasts another 20-30 minutes. Fisher to start things off, not going to do a whole lot. Do we have... No, we don't. Level 15 on IO would be amazing, but it will not be here. As the Tier 3 falls, Spartan gets jumped upon. A good LSA will give him a little bit of time with a turnaround impale. The call down there with Laguna Blade forward, and Leo has died. The snowball not working out for them. Insane moving in for the black hole. Skylark gets it cancelled out. Kenji moves forward with the stack storm. The Blink Echo. In we go with Veteran slaying 3. Buyback from IO comes forward, but Insane with its refraction. Stunned up again, but Alacrity has a triple kill somehow. Defending high ground, Clutch Gamers. The BKB from GA might be too much for them. Sprinting forward and looking for more kills, but unable to connect until the glimpse from Kenji opens it up again. Nico baby, though, look at him go, moving forward, but it's gonna blow when he dies. Insane keeps on moving, but it's all done. Another 2-man stun from Spartan shuts it down. Tier 3 was the only casualty. The barracks do not get taken. How many buybacks do we have to spend there? IO and Nyx, that's it. Just IO and Nyx, not a massive deal. Now we've got BKBs coming. We've got BKB Gyro. We've got BKB Lena pretty much done. BKB Enigma shouldn't be too far away. The defense of the high ground there, I'm screaming my head off. It's not an amazing fight by any means, but that fight means so much for the Radiant team. If they lose that fight, they literally lose the game. But Veteran, they fall short at the last hurdle. Spartan does get picked by Leo and Rat. Shoti trying to find that jump forward. David Kim, a lot of people have said that I sound like John Oliver. Yeah. You're not the, believe it or not, you are not the first. I don't hear it myself, but you know, people have told me I sound like Syndran, I sound like John Oliver. I think those are the two main ones. But I guess people saying I sounded like Syndran was like 4 or 5 years ago. They don't say that anymore. Now it's John Oliver. It's like 100% John Oliver. But yeah. Shrine time for Veteran, as they, of course, did take that Tier 3. And an immediate smoke. They want to pressure the issue. push the envelope, press the issue, pressure the tower, take the buildings, and then get back. They want these barracks, basically, is what my warped and rambling mind is trying to say. Observer Ward does get spotted by the double sentries, and they will know that this smoke is sitting behind the TA. I'm going full zoomed out here because there is such a long-ranging reach from both of these teams, and there, exactly, prime example in the IO. Goodness me, KYXY blown up. Enraged will tank up the majority of that Laguna blade, but they've lost their Ursa. The barracks are still alive, boys. Nice! Blink Echo! In we go, Shoti! But where's the follow-up, veteran? Where's the follow-up? It's fucking Raw! Nico, baby, he's out of there. Not gonna get taken down at all, and this TA in trouble! Lena clears up house. Veteran, what are you doing? Rap will get a double kill in the back. Kenji gets found by the Lena. What is this game? How is Rap here killing 2 cores? How is... Help me! Anybody! Help me! Help me understand. Right, we're at that point. BKB. 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 We have the triple BKB cores on the Radiant team. We need that level 15 for the IO, and then we're looking pretty damn good for Clutch to continue this game. They've not lost their racks either. I mean, I cannot believe these 2 buildings are still alive. There's no treant in the game, but some way, somehow, bounty room for Leo's Ursa, and the BKB is coming for him. So we've got TA Ursa BKB. Blink Yules into Shadow Blade from the Earthshaker. Lena going back into a Shadow Blade after BKB. Okay. A little bit interesting. 60 health. They're keeping that alive for the double glyph opportunities. In case anybody was wondering, of course, you know. You can glyph, tower dies. You can glyph again. Maybe even this tower dies. You can glyph again. Multiple glyphs. Ooh. Skylark, Blink and BKB and Black Hole, and he's going to die without buyback for 50 seconds. Roshan not alive, but in the back they found a prize. Spartan will be the second Greek boy to fall on the Radiant side of the map. Easy Aegis and cheese. And cheese for Ursa, Aegis for the TA. So he's Echo Slammed. And I guess the TP already went off. So we're going to follow the Echo Slam shockwaves all the way across the map to the gyrocopter because nothing else interesting's happened. Whee! Oh! Oh! Hey! There we go. Good stuff. Right, top shrine being taken out by Clutch Gamers. I will remove it. Who is this caster? I like him. Caster got no brain. I think that's the most classic Twitch chat thing I've ever seen. I like A, B is shit. Deary, deary me. 32264 966 1288 1288. Yes. Are Clutch back in this game? Who the hell knows? Still an 11,000 net worth lead here for Veteran. Experience-wise, it's dipping back and forth, but that doesn't mean a whole lot.
Dyer's bottom tower's getting the business.
Oh no, I understand that Rap was cleaning up, my dude. That's not what I was... You've misunderstood me. My question was, how is he here behind tier 4's 1v2ing and still cleaning it? Maybe I misworded it, but that's what I meant. Basically, I was saying he's being a god and he's got absolute balls of steel. I wasn't questioning how they died. It was more, how has he done this?
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
Tier 3 it's being breached on bottom lane. Nico Baby's still there. Relocate. Of course, isn't available to bring this gyro back. Rap TPing. Look for that initiation forward. Blink in. Snowball towards KYXY. Maybe relocate out of there. Gyrocopter is left alone now. High and dry. The chase is on for the mid lane TA and Earthshaker, but it looks like Nico Baby will be able to TP home safely. Good little play. Takes that tier 3 down to 240 HP. He still will lose KYXY, of course, as he relocates back into the danger zone. Spartan. Hunted. But no reveal on your cause. Well, isn't that surprising? Lena does get used up, but the Fisher doesn't land. Put Shoti in a very sticky position. Very fortunately, could blink back to the shrine. Keeps himself up and running. Give this caster a break. Please, please do. You silly people. Give me Arcana fucking trashes. Oh, okay, I take it back. That's the most Twitch chat thing I've seen all day. Nothing relevant, just give me items and then a flame. Good glimpse back, but again, the reveal here for the Dire team. Finally, they bring some. Must be a bad feeling for Spartan there. It does have the buyback, though. Returning in about 40 seconds.
Got it.
Oh, is that straw? Well, here, I'll do it for you. Here, buddy, I'll help you. Here, I help. There, that's the straw poll. Thank you, Jika. I think that's how you pronounce your name, but I'm not sure. So please do vote, guys. If I do need a brain, so I would like people to vote to give me a brain, but my ego, you know, that feeling you get when people say you're good, I would like some votes for Castor is good as well. So if you could like keep it 50-50, you know, just have that forced 50% win rate for Castor is good, and then give Castor a brain can be the other 50%. That would be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, guys. I'm going to vote for give Castor a brain. That's my vote. There we go. Look, 2 and 2, 50-50. Beautiful. We've already started as it should be. Alacrity moves forward for Kenji, looks back from Shoti, and then they use up from Lena, but in comes Leo. BKB from Alacrity with the call down on top, but Lena gets obliterated. Taken out of the game immediately. Skylark, hell over the black hole. In on top of 2 of them. This is a big ticket kill if they can get it, but Insane with the BKB will run out and survive. Ursa's still alive as well in the back end of that fight. They kill the Lena, the IO, they force the buyback from KYXY, and now, Veteran, even with 2 heroes down, potentially could look for high ground because they know the black hole is on cooldown for 2 bloody minutes.
Dire's mid-tower's having technical difficulties. The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid-tower.
I was going to stop looking at that straw poll now and focus on the game. You've distracted me. You've distracted me. Over, under, Radiant takes Arax first. Ooh. Nah. Clutch have to take Arax first, right? It's gonna be a range Ranger axe on like top. It's gonna be this Ranger axe here, right? I can't believe they took this at what, 21 minutes? And I mean, I did say if they lose that fight, this game's going to go on for another like 30-40 minutes, right? And I think that's the way it's going to go. It feels like it anyway. Sure enough, Veteran, they're doing the right thing, just keeping all of these waves pushed in. The pressure is mounting for Clutch Gamers. Buyback availability is reasonably good. Enigma, Gyro, and Nyx all have theirs. Dire side, do they actually not have any? Dire side have none. Okay. We'll go back to net worth for all of you people in chat, because I know that that's what you like to see most often. Roshan fast spawn in 45 seconds. Hello, high ground. Hello. In onto the gyro they go, but he's got the IO tethered up to him, so he's a tanky bastard, isn't he? The Enigma nearly dies, but a final hit from TA clears him up. In comes Rap, blink in 3. Shard's ready, but the Glimpse back will catch out Nico Baby. Dead for 90, and buybacks will be forced. The double buybacks likely as well. Gyro and Enigma will be required for this fight. Black hole in 14 seconds. Cooldown and BKB on cooldown, though, is a big problem here for Clutch Gamers, as they've been moved in on again. Spartan in trouble. Skylark, Black Hole in 5. Spartan's gone, and the Blink Echo for Shoti doesn't do anything. So now, Clutch in a position of power. The Blink Echo's down, that counter initiation no longer available, but the Fisher blocks them off. The Static Storm and Kinetic Field block them off. These displacement abilities are proving to be vital for Veteran, and with the Tusk sharding out and snowballing forward will give his life for the greater good. Most likely, more likely than not. Saying more and most at the same time is very difficult, guys. I do not recommend it, because then it sounds like you're saying moist. Rap, good blink, but they've got Alina all the way to the back. Finds the use of the LSA, and that will be that. Yet another defense of the base. Did take, what, 2 buybacks? Pretty hefty ones. Gyro, Nyx, and Enigma. So 3 buybacks, in fact. But it's still a defense of the base, guys. It's still a defense of the base. And we've still got another 25 minutes of this game. Caster is good, 53%. Caster, give Caster a brain, 47%. Not 8 votes to 7 votes, but we're very close. Good job, guys. Very good job. Bezobid says open something. Wait, are you telling me to open net worth? I've already done that. See? I did it before you said it. There's just a 2-minute delay, and you think that I've done it because you said it. I hope he said open net worth. He said open value. I'm pretty sure value means net worth, right? Oh, we've got a gem on Earthshaker. Hello, Spartan. Good. Oh, that carapace timing. What? You are an absolute monster! Oh my god! Oh my god! Clutch Gamers! You absolute monsters! Spartan with 1 play! 1 play! Carapace into 2-man stun into absolute destruction! And I think... Who was it? Jacobis, I think I was wrong. Leo will jump in and catch out Skylark. Gem will be reclaimed? Probably, but the chase is on. Buybacks come out. Veteran will defend their tier 2. Enigma dead for 95 seconds. Fisher onto 2 with the IO Gyro trying to run away, but the IO orbs cancelling out blinks, and the relocate will be there to take Nico Baby home. Roshan alive as well. KYXY, quick go Scepter. Keeps him alive for a couple of seconds, but that will be that. This might be a big problem for Clutch. 1 minute without IO Enigma. 1 minute without Black Hole. And it looks like the ping has come into mid. They want to get this done. Still no racks taken. 39 minutes hit now, my dude. Here we go. Tier 3. Templar Assassin up onto the high ground. Aegis, BKB. We do have a cheese over on the Ursa and the Refresher Shard on the Earthshaker. In we go with the snowball onto Lina. Ursa thinking twice about the maneuver forward though, and Rap out of mana now. Melee Rack's middle will finally die. It's gone.
I wanted that, and then he'll get 4 more.
Mid racks down. First racks of the game, 39.5 minutes in. They're looking for more. Tier 3 top will fall, but with Enigma alive in 5 seconds, this is not where Veteran want to be. They've spent buybacks, they've got Aegis and Cheese. They do not want to lose the fight on this high ground. Quick donk. Tempo Assassin not too worried about it. And now the Radiant held back in their base. Warded up as well. The Dire can see absolutely everything. Full map control now for Veteran with, obviously, the third Roshan's wonderful little loot still claimed up inside them.
I will rip you apart.
Oh, hello. Spartan. He has the Crimson Guard. Yeah. He also has the gem. Sorry. Spartan's probably like, he can see me. I need to fight him here. There's no way I can run away. Oh, Hassan, 100%. 100%, that's what I'm doing. If Spartan and Skylark win this. I still have Skylark's shirt from WSG. I wanted Spartan's one, but Spartan, I can't remember who he gave it to. Spartan gave his mouse sport shirt to someone. Like, 3 seconds before I asked, like, I turned around and I saw him and I was like, hey dude, can I have your shirt? And he was like already taking it off to give it to someone else. And he turned to Skylark and Spartan just goes, dude, take off your shirt and give it to him. Like, that's how much power Spartan has over his teammates. Just like, get naked, Skylark, give that man your clothing. He needs it. Blink in, Leo with the Abyssal Blade takes down the Lina. 90 seconds without her, but the buyback will be forced. Bottom barracks, finally, 20 minutes later, the bottom barracks die. Clutch are still not out of this, though. One lane of racks remains. And how long do we have left on Aegis? About 2 minutes. Let's call it 2. We'll just round up to 2 minutes, right? Still have the cheese. We still have the refresher shard. This move is pretty spooky. Completely scouted out. They see Skylark. Oh! They see his refresher. That's what they're pinging. They see his refresher orb. Skylark thinks that this is going to be a complete surprise. But in fact, Veteran know exactly what's coming over that hill, and it's not a monster.
Triple fire.
The black hole Enigma with a refresher orb. High ground hold from Veteran with a smoke to boot. Moving forward, aggressively looking for a play to make. Skylark in these trees. Blink black hole catches 2. It's decent enough, but he needs to turn with a refresher to get another one. Out goes Insane. 4 stabs away to safety, but the rest of the team is falling. Leo's going to drop with the cheese quickly, pops it out and saves him up with a blink. Echo Shoti the double. Good games called. Veteran clear up with a double Echo Slam, baiting in that refresher black hole. And Clutch Gamers can do nothing but tap out. Look at him. Oh. Game 1 goes to the Veteran. Clutch Gamers, of course, do have another game coming up in not too long.
stage is, well, very important in the current meta, and because of that, I'm uncertain how well he's gonna fare. But I'm still hyped to see a Disruptor. This Terrorblade and Ember Spirit, yeah, TB is well, like very common. In the last few days of this tournament, he's been picked a lot, yeah.
Let's be honest, ESPADA, they're the future NoPangolier living in the past right now. Because when you're looking at Weavers always coming out, Tree, incredibly popular pick at the moment. Lich started to resurge at the start of this month, and Terrorblade, after the nerfs to Spectre, PL, this is the go-to carry in a lot of people's mind. Of course, you need the right draft, but if you do get the right draft, he's a powerhouse.
Definitely. I like the bans in the last phase as well. In the second phase, that is the Phoenix ban, completely shutting down the opportunity of going 3 and plus Phoenix to NoPangolier. That combo is just ridiculously strong. And on the other hand, you are banning out the
They did have a slightly decent game against Empire yesterday with that.
Slightly.
Very close game.
Very close 16 minutes game. Yeah, very close games indeed. Well, it wasn't 16 minutes,
60,
but
it might as well have been.
It might as exactly because they took complete control of the game by the 16 minute mark. However, do they need more tango? They need their last hero on ESPADA. Yeah, the Ember can be rolled on the side lane as well. He can go safe lane, but versus 3 and 10 Weaver, he might suffer a bit way too hard, way too much. So perhaps Ember is mid for ESPADA, and they can get a safe laner.
He has flexibility anyway, really, because on the Radiant side, of course, we've talked about the offlane being harder to gank, so you can treat it a little bit more like a traditional safe lane. And I'm trying to think, though, in that scenario, what's the combo? Because it feels
Radiant
like,
team
I'm not sure if I
back.
like Rubik Ember as much against these heroes. But if you pick Disrupt Ember, that's defensive.
Oh, that's... I'm not certain how well he's gonna fare, but I'm still hyped to see a Disruptor. This Terrorblade and Ember Spirit, yeah, TB is well, like very common. In the last few days of this tournament, he's been picked a lot, yeah.
Let's be honest, ESPADA, they're the future NoPangolier living in the past right now. Because when you're looking at Weavers always coming out, Tree, incredibly popular pick at the moment. Lich started to resurge at the start of this month, and Terrorblade, after the nerfs to Spectre, PL, this is the go-to carry in a lot of people's mind. Of course, you need the right draft, but if you do get the right draft, he's a powerhouse.
Definitely. I like the bans in the last phase as well. In the second phase, that is the Phoenix ban, completely shutting down the opportunity of going 3 and plus Phoenix to NoPangolier. That combo is just ridiculously strong. And on the other hand, you are banning out the PL and the Huskar, which is something that ESPADA have played before.
They did have a slightly decent game against Empire yesterday with that. Slightly. Very close game.
Very close 16 minutes game. Yeah, very close games indeed. Well, it wasn't 16 minutes, but
it might as well have been.
It might exactly because they took complete control of the game by the 16 minute mark. However, do they need NoPango? They need their last hero on mid, and ESPADA. Yeah, the Ember can be rolled on the side lane as well. He can go safe lane, but versus 3 and 10 Weaver, he might suffer a bit way too hard, way too much. So perhaps Ember is mid for ESPADA, and they can get a safe laner.
He has flexibility anyway, really, because on the Radiant side, of course, we've talked about the offlane being harder to gank, so you can treat it a little bit more like a traditional safe lane. And I'm trying to think, though, in that scenario, what's the combo? Because it feels like, I'm not sure if I like Rubik Ember as much against these heroes, but if you pick Disrupt Ember, it's more defensive.
Oh, that's so fast. They actually planned on this. Visage. Alright.
Okay, so Ember in the mid lane, I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of it there. because it's going to be very hard to run down the Visage. If you just use the Grave Chill, you can run away and you'll never be able to get a kill.
Actually, so far, this is a perfect lane for Visage. They don't have a hero that's good versus him in the lane, and actually, they need something. They need something that's good versus him in the lane, because they need to shut him down, as their heroes aren't really good versus Visage later on either. Though they do have one little hero, the first pick, Centaur. Basically, it's a natural Crimson Guard buyer, and because of that, he's actually really good versus Visage. Visage struggles versus Crimson Guard a lot, especially when someone buys it early on.
Not just the Visage, the Terrorblade as well, right? Oh no! Oh, it's happened again! We were about to get to this part because...
Well, I'm sorry, but you didn't ban it. I was thinking that one of these teams is bound to pick it up. I was thinking NoPango might take it as well.
You would think we'd no longer be surprised at this point when this hero appears, but we are surprised because this hero appears when you shouldn't be surprised it appears. People should be banning this out or anticipating it. And it feels like right now, I'm looking at this draft, it's actually a race between the Visage and the Broodmother to who can just take control of the game quicker. But of course, Brood has an inherent advantage, able to farm quicker and able to just go for towers all the time.
Visage cannot even approach that lane.
Exactly.
If they try to put Visage versus Brood mid, he's gonna suffer a lot. Brood, it's one of those lanes where Brood farms the jungle and also farms the heroes there as well. So gets that Visage every once in a while, takes his tower and the jungle. They don't really have a proper hero to lane against her.
And it feels like a perfect Brood scenario because not only do you not have a counter, but also you're playing on the Radiant side to be aggressing into the dire jungle, which means you're not even going to be defensively farming your jungle, you're going to be aggressively farming theirs.
Man, whenever I see a Brood last pick in a game such as this one, it's just very rough. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, they even picked
They weren't thinking Broodmother.
They weren't thinking Broodmother because they picked that Visage so fast. Maybe they thought that the enemy team does not have a Brood player, but I mean, everyone plays Brood now.
Exactly, everyone has to learn it. Same with Huskar, a lot more teams now catching on to that, cracks out a lot in their pubs. But I think the thing in my mind is they probably saw the Disruptor and you think, Visage is a really good pick here, because even if Visage gets hit by the Static Storm, he's reasonably tanky and his birds are up, he doesn't care.
I completely agree with you. Besides that Centaur pick, everything else is completely fine for Visage and he should have a good game. Actually, well, yeah. Before that Brood pick. The Brood pick changes everything.
If we pretend that pick didn't happen, we have seen some teams pretend the pick didn't happen. It doesn't usually end up well. So you gotta have a solution for this Brood because, I mean, what are you gonna lane against it? What is your... Because you're gonna have to throw someone under the bus. Who's the defensive choice that's not gonna lose a tower?
I'm trying to think perhaps something with a Lich or something like that, but in all honesty,
Alright, carry on.
I really don't. That's like Terrorblade perhaps with armor, but he still suffers. He still suffers
I don't think you want your Terrorblade suffering at the start either. I'd say maybe Visage because the argument could be made this hero does get a huge power spike regardless of gold as long as you get 6 at a reasonable point.
That's the problem though. I've played this lane so many times and you don't get that level 6 on time. Look at this water with...
the little lily pads. Ice Frog has been jumping through this area recently. You can see it's actually got a trail leading to 7.2.
I'm so thirsty, man, right now. I want to take a sip.
You want some Bourgeois?
Some Bourgeois.
Look at you slice that out. But I don't know, they could put the Weaver there actually against the Brood. You're not going to really do anything to the Brood, but you're at least not going to die. Or you
if they decide to put the Weaver, then yeah. But the thing is, they won't. Yeah, this is my thought as well. I think maybe 2 Stout Shields Terrorblade might work. 2 Stout Shields on the Terrorblade.
Yeah, because he's the only melee hero there.
And you have 15 armor, so.
Well, he's 12, right? So
I mean 15 with the tower there. So.
And he's going to be under his tower a decent amount.
He's going to be running under his towers for sure. That's the only place he's going to be running around. And honestly, this can work for TB a bit, but sooner or later, this Brood is going to take over that mid matchup. She's going to be so strong there.
And you think about like defensive heroes that might be able to help the Terrorblade. This is the good news for the TB, is you've got the living armor globally present from the Trin. At the same time, you could TP in the Lich with the Frost armor. The problem is if he does TP into that lane to save the Terrorblade, immediately Brood's going to go,
there's
that's an easier kill. I'll go for that.
There's a Lich. Look, a nice snack. They could do this, though. This is what I was thinking about. Perhaps put Lich +1 on mid, and I think they figured out that this might be the real solution. The problem is, once she gets levels, she's still going to dominate, and this Lich is going to have to leave. However, because of this, laning stage, because having Lich and TB here, the Brood is gonna suffer the first few waves at least. So I think they identified what they can do on this lane properly. I think this is the best solution. Your side lanes are gonna suffer a bit more, but still, it doesn't matter. You won't lose the game 15 minutes in.
Well, screw what you said, Liz. People don't trust that. The bets are on. They think Broodmother wins every game. Come on, how can it possibly lose? Gostic is going to lose his life, though, in the top lane. So that's first blood drawn for Nyx, and that is a beautiful start for the Ember.
That's the thing. You're committing 2 heroes on mid. I mean, you're committing the Lich to mid, and because of that, the other lanes are going to suffer a bit harder.
And they can just basically set the Ember up well, and then a not bad choice to do here would be send Misha mid, because, of course, we've seen that matchup when we had the whole dual lane mids for a while. We usually typically said there was going to be a Lich, and then you have someone like a Disruptor, or even the Rubik actually, because of course you use a Fade Bolt, and suddenly you can't harass the Brood anymore.
I think for them, the best thing is to just leave the Brood alone right now and do exactly what they're doing, these dual lanes, and the Brood just gets what she can. And after a while, the Lich is going to naturally have to leave, because the Brood, she just needs a couple of levels. She does not have to have that early farm. You get level 3, after that you start spamming out spiders like here, and suddenly the Slayer is going to have to abandon the lane, or else he's going to just fall to the spiders.
Well, that's a fair way of looking at it. Actually, it used to be that you pick a Brood, and that's back when it was just all about hitting towers. If you drew 3 heroes to your lane, even if you couldn't do anything, that's 3 heroes in your lane.
Exactly. Back in the day when Brood was offlane, right? Even back then, your whole idea of how this hero should be played was, yeah, they're gonna commit 3 heroes, but eventually I'm gonna get that level 3 invis.
I like this. Yeah, he picked up the invis immediately TP'd, so they don't know about this. He has held the point at level 2 as well. He's gonna probably invest it. You could go Kinetic Field, you could do either. There it is. Kinetic Field comes down. Sailor needs to move away quicker than this. Grave Shield's going to come out. BZZ going to get in range. Yes, he can. The Stomps out, Sailor pieces lift. And that's going to be Visage Fallen.
Yeah, that was a nice TP with the invis there. Usually you see people take that invis then bottle up once, but you can do whatever after you pick that invis. There's like that slight, like a millisecond in which you can do.
Yeah, you can do a multitude of things, but in that scenario, usually, one, NoPangolier doesn't have ward coverage of that, and this is because these heroes in the mid don't tend to buy bottles, but also, typically, if there is an invis rune, your first thought is they're going to gank the mid lane, they're going to try something mid. Exactly. And they're going to try and desire it. He does get the least seed out. He's a tanky boy. They're going to move forward, telepiece, lift, drag back. There's going to be a stomp, and he is going to go buyback. This is looking grim, actually.
This is looking really well for ESPADA on the sidelines. However, the Brood is suffering a little bit. Like, she has 10 CS versus 18 on Terrorblade. He's not doubling her, but it should change very soon once she gets a couple of levels. However, I mean, if you're NoPango, your Visage is still getting levels. He's not being crushed by the Brood. So, considering they're playing versus a 10-pick Broodmother, I think they've laid really well so far.
I agree. I think my one concern would be right now, you've given a lot of gold and XP over to the Centaur, and you said in the draft, the one that's going to count on the Visage here would be the Centaur. He's a decent pick against this. He's already got a level advantage going. The
level advantage, not really the CS advantage there by any stretch, but still though, when it comes to network, they're on par. And Nyx, this is actually interesting because I expect if they didn't dominate this lane early on, the Weaver...
domination's happening in the bot lane. Zayt's again. Double Edge going to come out. They'll run him down, and he shoots ball. It's going to be close, but the final tap comes out from BZZ. This is... check back here every 30, 40 seconds. This is going to be another kill. This seems to be the way this lane is now going.
Yeah, look at Misha, actually. He went with the Norb of Venom early on level 1, and also he went 2 levels into Thunderstrike, which isn't something that you actually see very often. Thunderstrike is a spell that's usually left on level 1, but he realizes that he needs that extra damage on that lane to kill the Treant, and it actually helped out.
Yeah, this Disruptor's role in this game is lane dominant. It exists, you move in, you've got good control. I like what they're doing by leaving the Ember alone all this time, because of course, if an Ember Spirit can get a quick 6, he becomes active on the map very quickly, he's not at risk of dying, he can move away easily.
The problem is though, Treant is moving top, so that Ember might start suffering a bit more. However, as you can see, the Brood is also just jungling, not caring at all.
3 runes for the side of ESPADA, the Corey coming in. Ghostic's not going to see it, and Nyx just move past.
Takes so much damage there. He has to be careful though, as this is where they're going to try to kill him. He has no 6 yet.
That's it. There's the move forward for Flame Guard. Serum Chain's coming out. Ghostic taking a lot of damage actually. Nyx will go for the TP. Nothing to stop him here. It's going to be a close call, but he's fine.
I think that was a small misplay there, because if Ghostic was a bit closer to Zayats on the right, towards the trees, they could have killed him there, if they had a bonus damage from one extra attack.
And it feels like
obviously.
NoPangolier are now just trying to react to any change SPADA makes to the lanes. You can now actually see there's going to be a move as Visage come top. Maybe they're going to plan to switch the lanes. They already have. Actually, Weaver just TP'd down. But they're just going to follow Visage, right? Nisha's in a little bit of trouble. He has got the glimpse, though, and the kinetic field. Hold on to it. Solarsam's going to come out. I'm not sure why he waited that long.
For the kinetic or the glimpse?
Oh, maybe for this. Nick's moving. Searing Chains on the 2. Beautifully timed by Nick. Zayat should fall. Can he get Solo? No, he can't. He's going to turn around, look for the kill on the trim, but he's slowed down so much with the Grave Shield on the Leech Seed. Are they both going to survive?
They both
They are.
Yeah. I mean, it looked good. It looked like he might get both of them, but Treant is so... Oh, there we go.
That's pretty bold, but Leech Seed comes out, and Slayer with a haste across. Nick's might fall here. Searing Chains to hold off Zayat, but to walk in and with the big stomp, just punch Nick's in the face. Luckily, he did have his one.
Yeah, there was no mana for Visage to use that Soul Assumption one extra time, and because of that, he survives. This, yeah.
It's a good move from NoPangolier, though. They're leveraging the weakest lane with a lot of supports to punish this solo Ember, who's been just laxing up, loving his life.
Yeah,
Slayer's not loving his, though. Glimpse back and dead.
Yeah, you don't want to die to him right now, as you aren't really delaying his level 6 any longer, which can prove to be a little bit problematic. As soon as he gets it, that's their power spike. He's going to be able to roam across the map and get kills, because this road ain't going to do anything but farm here and perhaps pressure this tier 1.
True, Brood has recovered, actually getting a slight XP advantage over Naive at this point, and that's what we're talking about, is now you go start moving into the best zone, because he's not even there yet. He hasn't even started to invade the Dire jungle.
Yeah, you can see already Centaur is circling the Dire jungle there around the shrine. That's basically where Brood should transition very soon. And you see what they did? They put Ghostic here now, and they are moving Terrorblade to the jungle.
Yeah, they're prioritizing the Terrorblade. We say prioritizing as if being in the jungle is a good thing, but Slayer, he's not going to be so lucky to escape this. He'll lift back and he'll fall. Just a good old Lich kill,
good old life of a position 5 support. But it's a bit sad, because now twice in a row, Zayats...
Top. Speaking of support, Zayats is going to go down here. The Flame Guard overwhelms him. They haven't got sight onto Xyla, so they can't glimpse him back.
Visage is not 6 yet. That's problematic for them, actually.
That's actually really bad, because if you see him for a second, even with the Grave Shield, doesn't matter. If you pour out the Remnant straight away, Xyla's dead.
He has to be careful here, as his layers do not matter versus an Ember. Oh, they try to give vision to Disruptor, but because he has 2 levels of Thunderstrike, he does not have level 3 of Glimpse.
Oh, he's going to cut through. He's had enough of this. Going to move in Kinetic Field. Grave Shield comes out, but it might be too late. Nix is going to move in. He has Searing Chains connecting on 2. Looks like Silas should fall here with Telekinesis Lift, and Zayats, he might be next on the meal list. Lich is going to force him away. One Remnant goes out. Ghostic from behind with the DD. Misha should fall. He turns back to make sure no one else needs to. Or will they? Nix needs to move away faster than this. Goes to the TP. It's going to be bold. Stampede won't help him. Double kill for Ghostic. Nice rotation coming off the back of that DD rune.
A small misplay there, because they had the Centaur ulti, so he could have ran a bit further, or he could have even chained the Weaver and then ran with the Centaur ulti.
Yeah, the Stampede seemed to come just after he started TPing, so he was a little bit committed.
Exactly. I think it's miscommunication. Yeah. Exactly. Overall, as you can see, Centaur already with the Vanguard.
Feeling pretty good. Sally doesn't even have 6 yet. He hasn't even got the birds, so this is
awesome timing for him. If I was like playing the Centaur in this game, yeah, you need initiation, but you have Glimpse, you have Ember. There's nothing stopping you from going straight Crimson, to be honest. That would be such an amazing item for them. Like Crimson Blink into Shivas is amazing this versus
chat giveaways. Currently, if you put hashtag Maincast in the chat, you might get yourself a nice Glorious Arcana.
Is it an Arcana?
I think it's an Arcana. They still won't tell me. Ghostic, trying to move away. Kinetic feels good, and the damage is huge. Time-lapse comes out, but can he get it open time? Nope. Glimpse back once more. The Thunder Strike will help clean him up.
Alright, so they put Ghostic here on mid, because what he can do is he can perhaps escape with Subuchi, but he definitely cannot farm versus Brood. ELTV should have no problems denying everything away from him. And besides denying everything away, he kills him as well. He denies his life. Because Disruptor did rotate and he planted that sentry. So they identified that the Terrorblade cannot lane there any longer, so they sacked him to the jungle, just so he can farm freely without dying. And Weaver, because of that, is actually the sacrifice.
And that's the thing to highlight here as well, is RTW is farming really well. Naive, he's still ahead of him. And we just said they're kind of prioritizing making sure Terrorblade has a good time. but he's not going to be your mid-game powerhouse. Who is going to be? Well, how about Nyx for the other side? Actually going to move in here. Lich's going to be found with the Searing Chain, should pull. Merchant will go for the TP out. Ghostic doesn't have a DD this time, so he should just about be fine. It's a close pull, and they're going to move away. Zayats with the overgrowth, the TP out again. Ember will be able to escape. Oh, the final tap. They commit the Chain Frost, but that was so close. 0.2 seconds.
That was really unfortunate for them. I thought that they are gonna get Lich at least, but they don't even kill the Lich. The Lich Seed saves the Lich.
But like, to go back to the point I was trying to highlight, Mr. Poet. I guess that's poetry.
I don't
think that quite counts.
I guess.
I'm not sure what passes for poetry in Bosnia.
No, dude, don't be like that. We have some Nobel Prize winners.
Okay, I'm just saying I haven't heard any poetry. Maybe you can tell me something.
That's on you.
I'm the one missing out.
That's on you.
I know. Oh, look at this smoke. He's just moving forward. They realize that's not the Terrorblade. They want to find something. Might be able to find the Visage. He just got the birds.
That would be a good kill, but it's not easy for them.
Forward. He got out of the kinetic field though. They're going to move forward anyway. BCC should be able to get the stop the Static Storms down, and that means the burst can't assist.
Yeah, the Static Storm is actually so good.
Oh, Ghostic's showing up. Misha's going to have Vengeance roll upon him, or is he? There's Telekinesis lift. The Merchant does protect, but the stun's coming out from the burst. They need to get rid of the Swarm right now. They decide against pursuing further.
Yeah, he could pursue, but the problem is BCC is positioned so well, and basically he's mirroring Disruptor in his movements completely, that if you go and attack the Disruptor, you're going to be stunned instantly. And if you get stunned, there's no time for you to use the time lapse. You're going to be blown up.
I like how they're kind of treating Centaur like a giant umbrella for protection against the damage of NoPangolier. It's like, okay, come close, I dare you. There's going to be a stomp, and then we're just going to burst anyone down.
Zayats is scouting them out so well, but...
Yeah, but he can't do anything with this. The stomp's going to come up, Blink BCT, they found Visage and he just got back up, he's going to die. Ghostic is going to make the move, Yell to Misha, the Chain Force coming out, LTW, the overgrowth is there, it's big. They might be able to get the kills here, Brute getting low, they already got rid of the Disruptor. Now LTW escapes through the tree line, but they're going to move forward, they should be able to finish up, one more tap, they can't get, no, he gets it! Ghostic with a final tap, and behind. Zayats is going to heal up, should be fine, the TV out attempt is interrupted by the birds, and left alone, BCZ has no one left to support him here, he should fall. A fantastic fight from NoPangolier. And they needed that ultra kill for Ghostic. No rampage though, because Ember's on a coffee break in the top lane.
Man, Zayats is such a god. He does so much in that game. Overgrowth into root after root after root, heals them all up, saves the Lich. The Lich uses Chain Frost. Yeah, it wasn't really that effective because of the spiders, but still they get all the kills that they needed. Perhaps they were a little bit too aggressive over there, as they do not need to play around their Brood just yet. She still hasn't hit that critical mass in which she's really strong. There is the Diffusal and the Medallion, definitely, but for the Brood Mother, it's much better to get solo pickoffs right now than join these crazy fights in which she isn't tanky enough to survive.
And the thing to highlight here is how things have returned, because Ghostic, he got all those kills. Look at his net worth now. He was close to his triumph before, now he's catching up. And this is important because we said they're creating space for Terrorblade, but who's your mid game? Who's going to cover you? Weaver, that's who. He's recovering and it's looking good for them now.
Yeah, with that ultra kill, he's definitely recovered.
Slayer been found, Diffusal is going to be revealed, and RTW get himself a kill.
Yeah, that's much better.
Oh, Pollen, no, Stomp comes out. Nyx is held in place with the Ruby, can't escape, this is going to fall. BCZ runs for the high hills. He'll be able to get out, but the more important kill is playing.
Well, Ember kill is definitely valuable for them. You do have that.
They might find BCZ. Thinking that root is going to come out. Zayats on point with his movement so far. The Grave Chill, the Stomp's going to be there, but the Swarm through and BCZ is going to feel the hurt. Can't move away quick enough, and he should be going down. Immersion's going to try and help the Fade Ball, but it won't make a difference. He might just give himself over.
He's tanky, but not tanky enough. And finally, this Visage is starting to get something going his way. Like, he still does not have that Dominator he's going to bite right now. And with this Dominator, he might be able to actually pressure them a bit harder and not always play on his side of the map.
You know, this is Sylar going, okay, I got mine now, calm down, but calm down top lane. Now, even the jungle trying to escape this. He's going to use the Sunder, but the Static Storm going down, he should fall here. No escape for him, and Sledge is found as well. He's got the Chain Frost, but is it worth it? No, it's not. LTW gets a double kill. And, well, just as we were praising the movements, the spotter said, wait, come on, Liz, speak highly of us. We just done a good one as well.
I mean, it's just the Terrorblade moving inside the webs. If the web is tingling and the Brood notices, she comes there and just ticks you off, and that's the problem.
She's just set up little bells everywhere.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is.
Alright, so still, they are suffering a lot from this last pick Brood. And there are a lot of problems when it comes to look at it this way. Once the Brute gets the BKB, what are your plays? You have to use that overgrowth and perma-root her.
You just keep going the Rubik, give yourself a 1-hero vibes. That's a good start.
That's a good start, definitely. Trying to play away from the webs in this part of the map is definitely worth it.
And that's the important thing to kind of note here. Is NoPangolier, they're doing well with the Terrorblade, the recovery's on, but they're not out of the jungle just yet. In fact, they're in the jungle. They're hunting on the prowl regularly in ESPADA's own Radiant side.
Another problem that I see for NoPango is that they have no way of out-pushing versus Brute, no way of defending. So if they wanna, they can do this, what they're doing right now, but the Brute should mirror them instantly and go for the tier 2 on mid. Or tier 2 on top.
No Coach Liz, farming jungle, sorry.
So far just farming jungle. Sure, that wins games.
Oh, Motion's happy though. He got the Shikuchi. It's Rubik's dream in this game.
Yeah, Rubik versus Weaver is always so
It's
good.
fine, although the grip comes out, they found him. Oh no, mistakes made. Rubik, he was so happy and thought he was so safe, and now he's so dead.
Yeah, Zayat is just always on spot with those overgrowths.
But look at the trade.
Yeah, tier 2 on top and tier 2 on mid, because that Brute listened to the coach Liz.
He's a little bit late to it, but he got there in the end.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make sure everyone was there.
So yeah, you do lose the tier 2 and the Rubik that was trying to defend it, but the top tier 2 has fallen and the tier 2 on mid is being pushed as well.
This is something different we haven't seen in a very long time from Nebulous.
Wow.
The good old-fashioned Radiance build, that was popular earlier this year, but seemed to fall off very hard with the changes to Maelstrom.
I actually don't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind seeing him pick up a Solar as well, in addition to that Radiance, because of...
Are you now a lifestealer?
Basically lifestealer. He's playing versus Visage and Terrorblade, and those items are actually very valuable in this game.
Especially against the birds, the mischance.
Yeah, Visage's birds just suffer so much, and the Terrorblade's illusions as well. Terrorblade cannot really hit you that much. You get the Crimson, is he buying? Yeah, he's buying the Crimson. You get the Crimson Yags, and these heroes, they basically become useless.
Basically, Emp becomes a tank as well. And speaking of the tank himself, DZZ's been found. Just go to hit him up. Chain Cross going to Stampede. They drag it away. The ult is not going to bounce once more, but the stun is there with the root. BZZ with the stomp, but it's not going to change anything. He falls.
Yeah, did you see that Iron Branch? That happy little tree planted there? That's man, yeah. He basically he couldn't reach the centaur for the initial root, so he plants a little tree there, and with that tree, he actually manages to get close enough for the root.
And the ESPADA, they almost done the right thing there. Wrong things have happened here though. Slayer's been found. They might know about the ropes. Stack Storm's down. Naive down to half HP has the BKB. Trying to finish push one off, but in the movement, the Remnant spans the straight. Can they get it? No. The Aegis gets picked up like Naive, and the Overgrowth is going to come out. It's been stolen in return. Root on the spot. Naive can't do anything just yet, but they're ignoring him. Go around the side, looking for Sylar. They cannot kill the Terrorblade twice, but they might be able to get rid of Sylar. Merchant just going to TP out right under the nose of Gostic. Will just about make it. They did actually get the Aegis in the end with a double-edged stop. DZZ once might be enough, but they want to go again. Immersion's low on HP, but he did TP to the tier 1, not back to base.
Well, they did get that Aegis, use the BKB and the meta, so right now if they want to pursue,
they can. They're going for Sylar though. Stomp's going to come out, he's got the burst in return with double edge, down half HP, they're going to get him. Centaur's melting pretty fast here with the Spirit Vessel in. They're going to try and move away, but they might actually have the kill on Desires instead. They're trying to chase him down. Searing Chains connect them to both the heroes here, and it looks like Nyx wants to move away. On the other side of the fight, LTW, he's trying to fight here, but it's a bit risky going into this many heroes. Immersion should fall, and they've already got rid of Slayer in response. Zaz, they do see him. They'll finally lose vision from the dust, and the Searing Chains is good. Going to move on the Weaver. Gostic, one more use of Shikuchi. There's the Thunder coming out for Naive. He's alone here. He hasn't got any support. The Birds are trying to move across now. The Glimpse back. They're trying to slow him down. The Stomp's not there on time, though. And the Birds, they are creating a lot of havoc. They actually need to get rid of them first. Yeah, Visage might be dead, but from beyond the grave, he makes sure his team gets out alive.
They didn't really communicate there again for some reason. They had the Glimpse, but the Centaur went back already instead of staying there for the Glimpse into stun. They could have taken that Terrorblade down 100% if they just timed their spells a bit better. But as you said, Visage really did interrupt a lot with those birds from beyond the grave. The thing about those birds though is that they fall very easily if the Visage is dead. So maybe they can focus down those birds if they kill the Visage, as they have no layers when he's dead.
That's true. But the Spirit Vessel from Zayat did a lot of work in that fight. It meant that BZZ could not be their front liner. You saw every time he was trying to run away.
Beaver gets out.
He's fine. He's got the time left.
Both of these teams can actually benefit from Vessel a lot. The Treant already has it. Also, if you get the Vessel and you cast it on the tree or anyone on the NoPangolier side, they can't heal up. Good. A bit more valuable on the Treant, as if you cast it on the Brood, he can't really hit you with the ult and heal up.
That's true. I mean, he should be going for the BKB next.
He actually is going for AC.
Yeah, he's going AC instead.
That's actually a little bit worrying. The item that I actually would really like here is Manta. I know it's not a popular pick on Brood right now, but versus the Treant, it might be helpful to get out of all those routes.
It's not terrible as well. This is a hero that still builds Diffusal, so you do get that extra benefit. It's not the biggest focus anymore with the nerf that came into match and Diffusal.
Yeah, and with the cooldown, 20% cooldown talent, it's actually really good. Plus the BKB, perhaps. I mean, he's gonna go for one or the other, most likely. He needs one, and most likely it's gonna be the BKB.
Okay, they're sitting on the high ground side of ESPADA, and NoPangolier, they're trying to make a move. They just smoked up, so now he's gonna show on the wave, but they're gonna go hunt. From this, we find the high ground. Yeah, the scans going to come outside, it's leading the way in. They don't actually see him though. Keep to the trees and move on by. It's like ILTW is being careful in the tree land. They're just going to get everyone out on the side of ESPADA.
They're just backing out. Just running away from Zayats.
Dust reveal they see Zayats here. There's creep pushing the base, but the fight's about to commence. Connect the field, connecting on Zayats. They don't want to pursue just for this, they need more. Jump in, Searing Chains connects. They're going to move away on the Remnant. The Stomp's going to be there, and they're going to actually leave Zayats behind to die. He is pretty tanky. The dust comes out. They want to find Nyx on the back foot. They're hunting for him. He needs to be careful to Remnant away. He should be fine. The Glimpse back. They should be able to actually get the kill on the Zayats finally. But he bought a lot of time for his team.
He actually separated the fight in two different directions, and because of that they couldn't really follow up. So they only got him, which is really good. In return though, Pangolier did not manage to kill that Ember. He did manage to get out.
That's the important thing to highlight here, is clearly NoPangolier wanted to go. I mean, they had a good setup for a good overgrowth, but they didn't have the means to do so, not with the Ember poking at the back foot.
Yeah, the Ember did a lot of work there as well with that distraction in the back. At the same time, they had creeps hitting their tier 3 on top lane. But they do have a Treant, so it doesn't really matter. As long as the towers do not fall, he can always seal them up full health again.
I think the move for ESPADA now is to take those towers in the bot lane. Usually don't care too much about them, but it's a decent amount of gold. There's 2 there, and also it makes it easy for ILTW to exist in this area without being assaulted from multiple lanes.
Yeah, and you can ward you can ward that cliff up, and because of that, it's going to be harder for them to get outside of their base, as they're going to have less paths to do so without being noticed.
ILTW hasn't been there so far. He's actually in the middle of the entire team of Pangolier.
Yeah.
You better be careful about how you cut those creeps.
He has to be careful, definitely, because so far he didn't see them, but now they will show.
You let them have this though, they're going pretty fast. The tier 1's a pawn, the Glyph's going to come out, the smoke move, Nyx is going in. There it is, Searing Chains connecting to the Terrorblade.
That's BKB.
They've got the Static Storm, but yep, the BKB's the proper stab. It's going to be the Rue on the back, but they're going to try and move it. The jump in, they're going to melt through the Lich and move forward on the back, but they've already lost the Rubik. Now he's going to work, he's going to turn around the BCG with Spirit Vessel on the shoot full. He's going to use the Static Storm, doesn't connect from the Gothic, but he's so tanky, he doesn't even care about it. And no one has assisted the Meteor in this kill. It's going to be a 2 for 1 so far. The buyback coming out from Rubik, actually 2 for 2. Gothic going to use the time, that's going to keep chasing through. Immersion on the hump with the Shikuchi, can he find anyone here? Naive trying to escape. He's actually separated from his team now, so he needs to get the hell out of dodge. As you move forward, Diffuser's going to come out. Naive, he needs to be careful. He doesn't have the Sunder anymore. They're going to cut him out a little bit because Ghostic's nearby. But Merchant's going to keep on hunting. ILTW needs a target. Meteor on the back foot, hit by the Spirit Vessel. He's getting low himself. Searing Chain's going to come out. They do see the Weaver. They're going to move in the kinetic field there. He can't move away quick enough. He's going to go down. That was a very retracted fight. Meteor on the back foot will die. Zayats has just been pumping through those Spirit Vessel charges. He'll TP out right under their noses.
Should be fine. They know exactly where he is, or exactly where he was, because he managed to get out. Overall though, Naive did so much damage there. And Centaur, a little bit of a whiff. It was a good Centaur ult, but once he stopped, the Naive's Terrorblade was already in a better position, so the stomp misses. Naive is free to do whatever he wants to. He takes them down so easily. The supports fall to his BKB, and he even forces, I think, a Rubik to buy back. So overall, not the best fight for NoPangolier, but it's definitely decent. As well, ESPADA is transitioning into a push right now. They are pinging Zayats out. They know where he is. They know exactly where he is. Immersion is coming with the dust.
Dust did clip onto him. Zayats can try and run away, but BZ says, "Wait, what's this? He found his tree.
This tree is walking? What?
Yeah, no, he's not walking anymore. He's dead."
It was really good. They predicted his movements. They didn't have a sentry there or anything, but they predicted his movements really well. And Rubik just Sukuchi'd in with that dust, because if he moves there with the dust, Zayats bails already.
Static Storm mid lane. Looks like they found the vintage. By Sala. At least his birds live on to tell a story to their master, to their children.
The this game is looking really rough for Visage. He hasn't, like, usually with the Visage, you want to dominate, you want to be that powerhouse mid-game, but in this mid-game, this Visage has been very silent. And
I mean, we said he was going to suffer. The good news is Terrorblade is still top of net worth and he's farming well. And that is the win condition really for NoPangolier. They just need to enable the Terrorblade.
yeah, you still have the Terrorblade and the Weaver, but I'm not certain it's going to be enough. As you can see, Ember is building into that Shivas, and he has the Radiance already, so he's going to make quick work out of all of those illusions. It's definitely not an easy game for a Terrorblade to win it alone.
That's true. On top of that, Terrorblade's starting to lose time on the BKB. He's committing some of the big charges now. And as this goes on, the window is closing. It's down to 8 seconds. I don't want to say already, but we are 26 minutes in. There's been a few big fights. If he's your late game, you don't want to be down to a 5-second BKB too quick.
It's not the worst game for TB, right? Like in this game, he can do a lot still, but...
Speaking of TB, he's being aggressive here. They're going to ruin him up on the back foot. Lich is already dead. There's the overgrowth commit, and they will be able to get the kill on the Nyx. The BKB from Naive means the rest of ESPADA is going to run away. Maybe look to reset when it runs out. Maybe feel down so Ghosted can't chase.
Yeah, that was great. They get that Nyx. They definitely needed the Ember kill. But they used the BKB again, which is kind of bad. And Broodmother, we talked about her item progression. She's actually going for that Manta. Zayat is on top.
Yeah, they are right on top of each other. LTW will move away. He doesn't feel safe here anymore. They do have wards down spot on the rotations as well.
Zayat's with the follow. Oh, Misha should know. Misha should know. Oh, he bans the ward, but not the fast.
No same
smoke.
Oh, smoke. Dust's going to come out. Zayat gets hit by both of them. They're going to have to move away. Is there more support coming in from the side of NoPangolier?
That smoke, though. I actually expected them to know that Zayat is going to be there. As he should. He's always scouting. He's always on top of this Brood.
Or the Ember, but
yeah.
Of course with Nyx dead, makes it easy to know what's going on.
So far, they did manage to properly predict where he is, and I feel like, unfortunately, there they didn't, and they waste the smoke, which is actually a very big loss. People don't understand just how much these smokes are worth, especially when you need to take control of the map.
Maybe they go for another one. They are stacked here.
They have a gem now. They have a gem now, so they're just sending Ember in front. Like,
yeah, Lich, they're moving on to the Remnant. They'll be able to find Slayer. They didn't put the Searing Chains, but the Flame Guard run down with the Radiant should be enough to kill him off. Nisha needs to get away from the creep wave though, and we fine.
Yeah, he used that ulti, which is pretty good actually. Lich's ulti isn't really the most valuable spell anymore in the game, at least not at this point. And if he uses it on the creeps and gets all the creeps, it's a good outpush and farm for Lich. So if you see a Lich every now and then farming creep waves with his ultimate, it's not really the most horrible. Goodbye career.
No, that was
Shiva's.
Yep, that was a Shiva's recipe. It's not the most expensive recipe, so you could just buy another one.
You probably don't wanna though.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably don't
3
wanna.
minutes without it though. How do you feel about it is the question in Nyx's mind right now.
So they have the Crimson, they won't have the Shivas, they do have the Radiance though. These birds are irrelevant.
Oh, they got one of the birds as well. LTW on the high ground, knocking on your buildings. You need to deal with it soon. His little babies have arrived as well. Meanwhile, Split pushing Terrorblade's not arriving yet. He's in the top lane going for a tier 2.
Man, they just need an Ogre, and this is the ultimate buff your tower.
We had this discussion yesterday. Yeah. You get super late game, you keep your base alive with those 3. Good luck to anyone pushing in.
Just use the armor on the tower, then the Treant armor, and then the Bloodlust. So good.
Scary.
But actually, you know what? They are holding really well. They didn't get that tower. Treant is gonna heal it up. And eventually this Terrorblade is gonna be so strong because they have no ways of getting on top of him if he positions himself really well. You have the Ember and that's it, but the Ember alone, he can't really take down a Terrorblade. It's usually the other way around. Oh, Brood, hello, breakdancing Brood.
Okay, just freaking out a little bit. They're smoked up around LTW here. Moving in, he needs to find a way out. Put down the webs, look to move away here. Naive isn't... Nope, he doesn't hit the reflection. He lost sight for a second. On the hunt still though. Needs to be found. BKB out from Gothic. The Stack Storm's going to go down, but it won't change the outcome. He's going to fall. Merchant, he didn't actually get his hands on Shikuchi. Stampede to try and get him out. He only got the Swarm. Gothic might keep hunting. BKB is going to run out soon though. BCZ to run right now. Searing Chains connects onto multiple heroes here, but they need to go to the retreat. BCZ help with the Spirit Vessel, and Motion will go down. Gothic moving forward on top of this. Chainpod's going to keep bouncing. BCZ will fall. The Remnant away. Nyx will be able to get out. They've used the overgrowth to make sure the kill happens, and LTW in the back foot just going to look to move away here.
He should be fine. It was a little bit unfortunate for him the way he positioned that web. He couldn't really move on into the fight without being a few seconds without a web buff, because he didn't really position it on top of himself. It looks that after that, fight, they're actually gonna lose Roche. So Brood is porting him. And Ember is coming closer, but this is falling so fast.
It's gonna be very hard to get in there in time. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be an easy road for them. And Gossi does it the Aegis this time, but the Searing Chains comes out, they'll be able to find the Trine at least. No Chain Frost, they're not too worried. LTW is gonna move away, the stun's gonna be there, Canadian Field locking him in though. LTW on the run, glimpse back, and Weaver in further away. LTW is getting super low though.
Has to move away. He does not have that ulti. Usually if you get low, you don't care if you have an ulti on Brood, you can heal up just by hitting anything in the vicinity, right? But
they're doing a good job of kinding him to make sure that's not the case. No one nearby did.
Exactly. So far, they have control issues. They aren't really controlling these heroes very well. And that's really strange considering they have a Centaur ulti, they have Ember, they have Disruptor. These BKBs are running lower. Naive wasn't really careful when it comes to using the BKB. Has 6 seconds now.
I like the compensation he's doing though, right? The logic is, we just said Brood, getting kited a lot. You build a Daedalus on a Terrorblade. Good luck approach them.
Yeah, that's not something that you see very often. Makes him a bit more squishier. It's not your Skadi, it's not your usual item build. But with that Daedalus Lightning, he needs 3 hits on Brood and Ember and he's gone. It's gonna be interesting to see them try and rush into that Terrorblade. Ghostic is actually doing really well. I'm surprised that they gave him the Aegis though, as this bug is very hard to kill. You have the BKB there on the Dragonlance. It's not really a hero that falls really fast, unless they initiate right on top of him.
True. Weaver's quite an elusive hero in this type of game. Moving on to Merchant, Swarm comes out, they're going to run him down, and no one's going to help out a little old Rubigal, are they? BZZ on the back foot, moving in. Nix is right, Static Storm's going to go down, trying to move on Silent quick enough. Nix is moving away. Stampy's going to be used, but he's been rooted on the spot, he can't get out of it. Zayax is controlling them perfectly. Nix will go down, and Misha can't move away quick enough, he's also going to fall. Double kill for Naive, and now they will look to push on base. With 3 heroes dead on the side of ESPADA, not much to stop them.
That was really well played by NoPango. Definitely another good fight. The Rubik actually was not able to steal the Sukuchi from the Weaver because Weaver moved in Sukuchi towards him, but then used the Swarm instantly. And there was no way for Rubik to get out. After that they used the Centaur ulti, but they just get rooted so much that they disappear.
There's that Ember buyback. Maybe he won't get rooted this time, but Zay's already in space. Now looks to make the move. Kind of slip things down, but this isn't your big Battle Fury nails from Crypt build, so it's harder for Nick to do that.
Let's really stop this push.
Nope, Media Hammer coming out as well, and your buildings just evaporating quick. Luckily for you though, you got 2 tier 2s. Not so luckily for Ember, he needs to move away, Nick should be fine though. The Remnant comes out, he'll get out.
They have 2 more tier 2s, and because of that, they're just gonna lose bottom. However, Glimpse is coming, they have to be careful here.
Glimpse target, gonna find Zayax, then it feels there, he can't move out quick enough, and Nix has the Searing Chains available. This is a tanky Trine, the Overgrowth comes out in the free, no! He's gonna move reflex, he's gonna go out, now he's going to work. They're gonna look on the Rubik, they're already got rid of Nix. They will just run them down, they weren't gonna leave, but now they can just go for this. GG, ESPADA already know it's over. And that, you would have thought by now ESPADA would have learned. We've seen them how many times the Trine, and how long did it take them on average?
It took them a long time, every single time, right? Sometimes they didn't even get him. And this Glimpse here, it's one of those, like, you think you have a silver lining there, right? We're gonna glimpse this tree and he has a jump, we're gonna kill him. But so many times I see the same exact scenario.
There's that Ember Spirit. Wants damage, wants mobility. Survivability items, of course, required in this game against the Earth Spirit and the Shadow Shaman. Monkey King still yet to get his BKB. Is that... Yeah, okay. There. Over on the courier. I was wondering... Oh, Blink Echo. 3 people caught with a fissure to follow. Leo's in and down goes Skylark. Tama's back after the buyback. Shoti dips away, but Roshan's low and might just fall here. Shoti, good enchant totem. Dodging away from danger, but still will die. Leo has escaped and Roshan claimed by Skylark. 36 minutes in, the first Roshan falls. Ember Spirit back in Fountain. Very nearly able to turn the tides of that fight. It's very unfortunate they didn't have their full arsenal of abilities ready. Necro, top of the net worth. Shiva's guard on Courier? No. Oh, he bought Blink. I was wondering there if he's going Shiva's and AC because he had Shiva's queued up. Oh yeah, he's gone back towards Shiva's now. Then he went for Blink Dagger, just for that additional gap close. Onto heroes like Ember. Alacrity sprinting bottom. KYXY with a Blink Hex. Shackles. Makes it look so easy. Ember Spirit now thinking about Lincolns, probably. Well, I don't think you can go BKB and Lincolns this game. And the thing is, you're only really going to get caught out by that Blink Hex when you're split pushing side lanes. In a team fight properly, you're going to have BKB on. You're going to have time to react. The majority of the time, anyway. Who is the best Monkey King player? Ooh. That's a real hard question, you know? When you say Monkey King, the first player that pops into my head is Baboka. Just because of his position 4 monkey that we used to see. What? What was that? Like, was that 2 years? That can't have been 2 years ago, guys. A year and a half ago? My chronology is absolutely ruined. I've got no idea what time frame I'm in. Fisher, smokescreen. This is the combo. Very strong, but they've got the turnaround potential. Reaper Scythe for the damage in. Doesn't get... Did that get the Reaper kill? I don't think it did, but potentially did. 100 seconds without your Ricky. I think he might have brought back earlier on, but regardless. Nico Baby with a double kill now. Pressuring high ground. 2 heroes without buyback on this Ricky and Undying. Let's have a look. Yeah, Ricky dead. No buyback for 2 minutes. That's just his buyback timer, I think. Marana. Blink Echo. BKBs are there. Shoti not really getting too much done here. Necro just pops the Ghost Shroud, moves back in. Wukong's command comes out to safeguard this tier 3 take. Weaver with the help of the Serpent Walks down bottom. BKB from Leo. There we go. Presses the BKB. Kills off KYXY Shadow Shaman, but it's that back end of the fight where Insane has been burnt of mana. Caught up in an awful fight, and Leo stunned before he can remnant back. Buyback from the Marana and the Ember Spirit do come out, but the racks have fallen. Clutch Gamers claim the bottom lane. Skylark still holding on to that Aegis of the Immortal. Feeling reasonably strong. Will swing in towards mid. Leo caught. Found the strike again with that Rod of Atos. Not enough follow through this time though, as Spartan looking for the Marana. Silence. No stun. Skylark looking to try and pop that Aegis. Blink cancelled on that Earthshaker. Nullifier arrives on this Weaver. No BKB. One stun and he might be done. There's the... changed into Arrow, and Skylark absolutely left high and dry. Spartan tries to retreat away, but a quick Yule's grab will open things up for Leo to claim his life. In the meantime, Monkey King pouncing from tree to tree. We'll find a way back home. Oh, Mofaris says tops. Of course Topson.
Those creatures.
Of course it's Topson. I'm in such a Southeast Asian and Chinese Dota mood. Man, so I've not been looking at European teams or anything like that for like the past, what, 2 weeks. I've just been looking at Southeast Asian and Chinese teams and looking at their like drafts and picks and stuff. And I completely forgot. Oh, that's my bad. Thompson, my dude, I'm so sorry. Mo Farah is absolutely correct. I'm a big moron. Not big moron. Big moron. Moonlight Shadow from Insane. Nico Baby jumped on. Ghost Strand does come out though, so this physical damage not going to burn through him. Nico Baby half HP. Veteran have been caught completely off guard by this turnaround now as Nico Baby moving forward. Caught in a smoke screen. Full staff on cooldown. Nico Baby's outplayed himself there, trying to get a grab on someone. Does fight back. The Remnant in, catches 3. Damage done, and Leo looking good. Nico Baby moving in though for the Reaper's side. Full staff in 7 seconds. He blinks up. Smoke screen. Buys the time for Insane to retreat. Leo gets a double kill on the back as Spartan falls, and another smoke screen means that Nico Baby can't chase this Mirana any further. There is a force, there is a blink, but Nico Baby is not going to be able to get absolutely anything. What an awkward set of events we've had this series. And now we're down to Mirana, no buyback, Monkey, Necro, Earthshaker, Weaver. No bloody cause have buyback this game. Veteran are still down a lane of racks, but somehow 1,000 net worth in the lead. 39 to 50. That's probably the reason, hey? 39 to 50. The Great Depression, one way or another, whichever way you want to look at it, hit by another one. Look at this. Look at these spikes. Are absolutely insane. And this is what, so we'll go back, what, 15 minutes when I said whoever gets the good jump, right? Whoever gets the initiation is likely going to win these fights and win them hard. That's what's happening here. That's just a hard fight win. And then another hard fight win. And then another hard fight win. And we're just going to keep seeing it back and forth. Whoever gets that perfect jump is going to get themselves a nice net worth advantage. Sack the caster. Do you want to come back to Germany or not? Dear Lord. Also today, it's not sack the caster, it's give the caster a brain. That's the hashtag for today. We had a straw poll and everything. Rap, Reaper's side down. Insane. Ooh, see Skylark. What? There, Blink Echo. BKB. Hello, Skylark. Get your time lapse off. Get out of here. Dodge away from everything else. Kenji still dropping in the back as Alacrity goes to work. A double kill for him as the shackles. KOXYs grab Mirana. Follow through up the Ricky as well. The Yule's up into the air. Buyback from the Earthshaker's coming through. I don't know why. I don't know how. But he's defending bottom lane. A 5-man wipe. As the Radiant get the jump onto the hero at the back. There are no buybacks here from Veteran as we can see it on our screens. I think Clutch Gamers might just have locked this game down. They want to go tier 4s. They know there's no buybacks. Veteran, they call it. Shocking. And there we have it, GG. 45 to 50. Clutch Gamers in a very back and forth swingy game. They can. They don't win the series, but they win the match. They win the single game. And that's our first best of 2 for today. Done and done. And we do have another one.
Dire's ban. Radiant's ban. Dire's ban. Radiant's ban. Dire's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's ban. Dire's pick. Radiant's pick.
Weaver.
Radiant's pick.
Mereska has arrived.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dire's ban.
Crystal Maiden.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's ban. Dire's ban. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's ban.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna do the triceps as well. Tonight it's the
I
biceps.
can't even squeeze them properly. I think you killed my right arm.
It's fine, man. It'll work better.
Well, guys, we are back with Game 2 between the sides of ESPADA and NoPangolier. Game 1 didn't go the way we thought it was going to go.
Definitely not. That Broodmother did not have as much of a good game as we anticipated, did she? That usually happens when there's a lich on your lane, kind of denying your creeps and messing with you, right?
I think there's an argument for the Disruptor pick. Is a good idea, but they didn't seem to... I don't want to say it was a lack of good teamwork, but there was communication.
Look,
we can see that in some of the moves.
Misha, yeah, there were some of those movements were not on point, definitely. However, I think they are just planning on making Disruptor buffed, you know, so they pick him.
Oh, so they proved that he's not good enough, and then they just basically go, okay, yeah, I'll buff the hero in 7.2.
And basically, then you go to Twitter at IceFrog, please, Mr. IceFrog, buff this hero, you know, and that's it.
10 seconds.
So we can
backfire though. Well, remember yesterday we had Bone 7 playing fantastically on Puck, and then
he still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these heroes, even if you
he
play,
made it look strong. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't know. You make it look strong and you still lose. Feels bad actually. Feels bad for those heroes. However, look at this. We have Ascent again with the Dark Willow this time though. You love that combo, don't you?
I mean, you know, I'm more of a fan of the Rubik one now. We've seen it plenty enough, but notice the difference here. ESPADA take the Weaver, NoPangolier take the Centaur. Oh, and there's an Earthshaker coming out. You know me, my favorite hero to see. very popular currently in the meta.
Yeah, it's really strong right now with the blink plus diagonals build up. This guy can do so much. It's just one of the strongest heroes right now in the game. Plus the lane Weaver plus Shaker is not half bad at all, because you can always fissure block, you can always harass with the Weaver. So if they decide to run it like that, if they decide to run the Weaver plus Shaker lane, they shouldn't be very like they should do fairly well versus anything. The most likely the lane is going to be Wyvern plus Terrorblade up against them. And well, it's not the easiest lane, to be honest, for Weaver and Shaker because of the high armor on TB. He doesn't really suffer that much, and the Wyvern can kind of trade hits, but it shouldn't be too problematic either. On the other hand, Centaur plus Dark Willow, Crystal Maiden is out of position a little bit. That can be one dead Maiden, actually.
Let's be totally honest. That's Crystal Maiden 101 if you're out of position a little bit. Regardless of what you're up against, you're probably dead.
Yeah, you always have that Crystal Nova though to slow them down, to mess with them. It's all about this. Second. Alright, so Ember again. This time I hope it's going to be the mid-Ember though, right? Because
this time I hope the build at least is not going to be too greedy.
They want to prove us wrong. They want to do the Radiance versus Terrorblade again.
The Disruptor was the problem, not the Ember, I swear. We can still build Radiance Shivas and win our games.
I mean, actually in that last game, the Treant did so much versus the Ember. You honestly don't see Ember Spirit struggle so much versus anyone. And that Treant caught him out so many times, even without the blink, even without a repositioning tool. He was always there on point to root that Ember, to just hold him in place so that the Terrorblade can destroy him.
I mean, ESPADA agree. If you looked at their bans, their first one was immediately the Treant.
Yeah, that respect ban. Treant after that Ogre. Sadly, we aren't seeing any Ogre today so far, at least. Hero is definitely respected by these teams a lot.
10 seconds to go.
We have a Brood Mother ban too. This time,
5 seconds.
ESPADA bans it.
Yeah, like, okay, it didn't work for us, but it might work for them. Let's not risk it. Because right now they didn't really have... They have the Earthshaker, that's
they have
great,
the Shaker.
But on the lane right now, it's...
On the lane, I guess the Shaker is kind of fine. If you lane the Shaker versus her, right? But the problem is then you're laning a Shaker mid. You have a Shaker core, which isn't really... I mean, it can work, honestly. Versus TB it can work too, it wouldn't be that horrible. But never mind that, the Brood is banned. Now they have to think about their last ban.
Who cares about the ban? You know what, we appreciate the other banners before. We haven't really given any appreciation to NoPangolier, actually.
Wait, Huskar. You have to appreciate that ban.
Okay, you appreciate that ban. Yeah, well, you know, it worked for ESPADA, they want to work for the opponents. They are one game down, right? If they lose here, they're out. Don't risk it.
They don't want to take any chances, yeah. The Pugna ban from Pango though makes me think maybe Necro. Yeah, that's usually the way you think, right? There aren't many other heroes that
5 seconds
that require that Pugna ban.
Not bad against these heroes either. The potential to just siphon lane, get 6 is not too bad. The Weaver and the Ember
gives you some. Yeah, as well. The laning stage is a bit stronger with the Necro too.
Yeah, also there's heal combos for the Wyvern and the Necroboss. These type of things are small overlaps, but it is beneficial. Especially when you consider NoPangolier's ability to push. Something like a Necrophos there enables you to keep on pushing with the Death Pulse heals.
They have no way of dealing with Shroud either. The Crystal Maiden kinda does well though, she has a lot of magic damage, slows, Frostbite as well.
The Ember can of course build that Radiance again. I mean, he already burns up a lot, right? So he could be good against Necrophos regardless, but...
I don't know, that Radiance build did not look very strong. There's a reason people moved away from it and into the Yules plus Maelstrom build. And honestly, Ember as a hero, he can do a lot, but... I don't know, so far in this tournament we haven't really seen way too many Ember games. Good Ember games at least.
Yeah, we've seen ones where they kind of do what they need to do. They help their team win, but no outstanding ones. But this might change it. The Magnus Ember combo, of course, this is going to be pretty brutal against the Terrorblade.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense now. You know what? Ember, you don't want to build Battle Fury? Alright, you don't have to. But we're gonna give you one, regardless in the power of that M-Power from Magnus. So, well, now the Ember looks scary, actually.
10 seconds
I wouldn't mind seeing an Earthshaker Magnus lane as well.
Earthshaker Magnus.
5 seconds.
You could do that.
It's the stun, the block off, you can push them back. Also, if you get a good like brawler Earthshake in the face, you get the empower on him. He's actually quite friendly.
It wouldn't be bad. The thing is, you're laning Shaker plus Magnus both melee versus.
Oh, good.
I shall honor your name. What a handsome
Plague our enemies. A flash of inspiration. And we're back. Prepare for a lesson. Prepare for a lesson. "30 seconds to showtime."
trick of the trade.
The game is on.
I honed in on you.
Yeah.
You are denied. I'm always glad to have a dragon by my side. Oh, you don't. First blood!
First blood. Dyer's mid tower could use a little help. Regeneration.
If you ever want to move that championship belt for some quick gold, I know a guy.
It's a complex situation for this Dark Willow. It's just really
needs to get the swarm off him, or one tap will do it. There we go, he doesn't get rid of it, but gonna move in.
Oh, the Weaver!
Attack, they can't. Weaver's doing so much damage, and Merch's gonna get low, Stomp's gonna come out, Ghostic will get the kill. And BZZ cannot do anything against this.
No, you didn't understand me. I said the Weaver because he attacked the Centaur instead of the Willow.
Yeah, instead of the Willow. I know, right?
Yeah, right?
It's questionable. It is a bigger kill, but it's
you are
greedy.
guessing,
It's a very tanky Centaur.
Oh, Slayer,
He's going to be slain, and now not even 2-on-1 Star needs to be careful. He's burning up the Flame Guard, trying to get the kill on Misha. Can he get it quick enough? No, he can't. The Crystal Nova comes out. And that is a nice show of dominance in the bot lane for ESPADA.
Yeah, I mean, they are winning that lane, but the first blood happened on mid for Veno, and the top lane is doing fairly well for Pangolier, so...
Maybe it would be better if ESPADA prioritized the target together instead of going after two different ones.
Exactly, yeah. So far, that's usually the way to kill people. Oh, Gale, alright. That's not the way to kill anyone.
You miss 100% of the Gales you don't shoot. We've been over this before with Maranas, we've seen it now with Venomite.
Yeah, Gale is such a hard, by the way, skill shot, right? Impossible to hit, so that makes a lot.
You're not selling yourself to team tier lists, not with words like that. I mean, in fairness, Veno isn't really a boss type anymore.
I was kidding, by the way. That should never happen, especially as he's in the creep wave. Yeah,
shouldn't happen. That was... Ghostic should be dead there.
If they did connect, then perhaps they had a shot.
Must be the boots. It threw him off. Merch wasn't sure.
Oh, Sailor is getting
low,
but Nyx as well. And
yeah, it's also shockwave and cooldown.
The thing is, Sailor can just heal up, while Nyx has to wait, because Gale is one of the longest spells. Longest slows, level 1. I think it lasts 15 seconds or something. Doesn't dish out a lot of damage, but oh.
That was pretty early from Merchant.
Oh,
Stomp's
nice.
going to miss from Ghostic though. BZZ moving away due to the Cursed Crown. They'll just settle for getting their own rune. Meanwhile on the bot lane, Misha snatched the rune.
That Stomp was basically coming, man, coming.
Zonal Stomp.
This is what I'm going.
Intimidation Stomp, that's what he's going for.
I mean, no one was even close. That Weaver wasn't even a Sukuchi or anything, so that was interesting.
Now, you know what? He's like, oh, you use your Fissure early. Oh, I want this to be like a skillful right-click battle to see who gets the rune first, so I'm just going to use my Stomp.
I don't know. Some spells in the laning stage were questionably used.
On both sides now.
On both sides so far, yeah. But it's a lot of fun to watch, though. Misha is coming mid.
Interesting that Nick's skewered away in that scenario, given that he has Misha here.
You know the
There we go, that Fisher connect. Stun follow up. Ghost taking a lot of damage here, but the Curse Crown will hit on the BCZ. They might have to break him down. Might be their main choice. Shakuchi's going to be used. BCZ is going to try and move through. Ghostic, he might die here. He has no way of stopping this. And BCZ, double edge coming out. The farm tap is there. He needs to get in Shakuchi form. He'll be able to do so. And Zayats might want to be careful here. They could turn around looking for kill.
There's a good
No.
shot.
Oh, he got tapped as he faded. But Zayats will go down as well as the melee creep. He gets it. He gets the farm touch.
That was a small mistake there by BCC because he did have to push earlier, so he could have went into it. Oh,
Sealer, skewer in. Nick says, fine, Gale, I'll just get right on top of you. But now he's going to die to Naive, who has made a rotation.
oh
Deny! Misha! You glorious, magnificent moment.
I mean,
CM with 50 damage.
50 damage, Crystal Maiden denying. That was really great. And I was thinking, Ghostic?
Do you know what I'd like to
Really
see,
fine.
actually?
Yeah.
I'd love to see in the replays if Nyx took his stout shield off.
Dyer's mid tower won't last much longer.
Perhaps that could have happened. That would have made it easier.
Because he looked like he had too much health for a deny at that point.
He was just taking a lot of damage.
Not
So
being
maybe that's
over again. The route's going to be the Curse Crown. BCZ needs an escape plan, but it's not going to be there. Double edge comes out, Ghostic gets the kill. That was a rotation count for Sealer though.
Yeah, that's the thing though. If you try to be overly aggressive onto the centaur and you eat the stomp, like you're instantly dead afterwards. There's, like as a Weaver, there is a reason why centaurs are picked all the time versus this Weaverling. It's because they work. And if you're aggressive, if you go into melee range.
Okay, here we go. Nick? No, we can't see it. That did look like he had a little bit too much health.
He did, but he took as soon as Crystal Maiden
Actually,
just before the attack landed, the dot hits him.
That's one thing.
And gets him down low.
I mean, that's not even someone I'm sure I've seen before. Is with RP coming out, seeing a little bit trouble-free heroes on one, and he should fall. But I was gonna say, I'm not even sure Stout Shield can proc on allies.
You're asking too much of me.
This is deep, actually, because I don't think anyone's really ever asked that question before. How often does it come up?
I believe they have, and I believe I had this exact discussion, but
it's so rare.
But I was drunk at the point. It's one of those.
Ah, yes, the classic CIS discussion.
What do you think?
What do you think of this? The deny, team deny.
If I take my stout, will you hit me harder? And then he slaps you in the face. You're like, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing, Gal?
I thought you meant now. Misha,
Bedlam.
That's an easy one. Bedlam. They did use the Stampede as well. They didn't get a bonus kill anywhere else as a result of the Stampede, but Zayats is up to 6. This
Zayats,
is the take control point for
this
Willow.
guy, every single game, man. That last game with the 3 and this game with the Willow doing so fine.
And speaking of doing fine, look at LTW. We said the Magnus is there to buff him up, because that's the thing. Magnus is actually doing really well in the mid lane. Even if he didn't, he'd be relegated to a buffer role. And as long as Ember's doing well, this is absolutely fine for ESPADA.
Yeah, I love this build as well. I mean, we've seen it for quite some time now with the Power Threads and Maelstrom, but Power Threads and Maelstrom and Aquila with the Empower, it's gonna be great. It's gonna work so well for him. But now we are reaching that obnoxious point in which they have to smoke up, and they are behind Sailor.
There it is coming from Sailor. The vision's going to be there. He's locked in. He can't quite move. Shockwave. There's the crossfire. They're mid now because Ghostic's shown up. The Remnant's in. Sailor going to go down. There's a Serum Chains holding on to Centaur. Looks like he should be able to move away. Ghostic needs to get out of it. He might be tanky, but the magic damage sure does hurt.
Yeah, EOTV, he read that perfectly. He came here to help him out, but also he got
They might go for more. Oh no, Misha got found. Zayat sniped him out the Shadow Realm. LTW still thinking about going here. They don't know. There is Serum Chains. Bishop blocks it off. Slayer. No! Immersion. These visions have been questionable. He's got about a 50-50 success rate on if he done it right.
50-50.
50-50.
50-50. Yeah, these fissures could have been a little bit better so far.
Not the biggest deal that Misha died, but the biggest deal is the fact that ESPADA rotated that many heroes. And
yeah, and the Ember wasted his time. Instead of going back bottom, he was still...
Oh, that fish is a little bit more important. The Serum Chain's going to come out, the Bedlam's going to be flopped here, trying to move forward the Curse Crown. The Flame God's still run, LTW getting low, needs to move away on the Remnant. Is he buying enough time? Yes, he might, for the Stampede. Going to put out another Remnant, moves forward. It's going to be close. They need to deny him. No, they don't get him. Zayats gets the final touch.
Alright, so...
Radiant's top tower's hurting. One last top tower for the Radiant.
Stay down.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
My heart. Thoughts.
One horn will do the damage of two.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Double kill! Slap killing spray! Triple kill!
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
Alone with you to be
The
reborn.
Dire best do something about that bottom tower. Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Haste!
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand. Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now. Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
A golden thread.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Never refuse gold.
We have revenge to loot.
The lesson was
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
mega kill, double kill.
No breaking down the Radiant structures like this. Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant lost one of them bottom towers.
Yes.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
Killing spree.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart. Dire's top tower, you know the drill. Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up. Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Dire's structure's looking fortified. Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Unstoppable. Wicked sick, double kill.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
The rule of invisibility. Monster kill.
Fall into the fire.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart. Radiant structures must have been fortified. Radiant's mid tower could use a hand. Radiant's mid tower's in trouble. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
This'll come in handy.
Dominating. Owning.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Mega kill. Double kill.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Triple kill.
The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid tower. Radiant's top tower's in bad shape. Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Radiant's top tower's hurting. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now. Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Double damage!
Just disown that top tower. Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
Bounty which my matriarch
There is comfort.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Them Dire buildings are tough as nails for now.
Snared in fire.
The world loses an exquisite toxin.
Dire's mid tower needs a little help. Radiant's bottom tower's done for. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower. Radiant's top tower is taking hits. A tree's approach.
This'll come in handy.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart. The Dire might want to mine their top tower. Radiant's mid tower's getting 1-4. The Dire winning fortifying their structures. Dire's top tower, you know the drill. Radiant's mid tower could use a hand. Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good. Dire's lost the top tower. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
It was your own damn fault.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape. Top tower.
Never know you was good to mix it up the price. invisibility!
Down radiant structures now.
By the belt of Omex, I will avenge my dishonor.
A golden thread.
Radiant's mid-rags ain't looking so hot. Radiant's mid-rags taking some punishment. Radiant's mid-rags didn't make it. Radiant's mid-rags is out of the picture.
Flows again.
Place is here. Shaved in searing heat. Teacher is invested. Let's bury your soul, shall we?
There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
Double damage!
A bounty which my matriarch will prize.
This'll come in handy.
ago! What have we here?
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. No breaking through the Dire's structures for now. Dire's bottom tower got blown to bits. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Dire gave up a bottom tower. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower. Dire structure's looking fortified. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. Just couldn't save that bottom tower. Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up. Radiant's mid tower can use Radiant lost the top tower.
kill! Monster kill! Ultra kill!
Imba strength, now rekindled. Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
Price.
A golden thread.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Bloodline! Holy shot! Double kill!
The first flying and Radiant's top rag. Radiant's gone and fortified.
Holy shot! Triple kill!
Radiant's top rags ain't gonna last long.
Fight me, cowards!
Dire's mid tower could use a little help. Hope the Dire wasn't partial to that mid tower. Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good. Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Radiant's mid tower's coming apart. Radiant's mid tower's getting the what for. Radiant's ancient is taking a beating. Too bad for them. Dire's mid tower won't last much longer. The Dire went and fortified their structures. Rough day for Dire's bottom ranks. Captured in the flame. The Dire's bottom ranks got problems. Dire's mid towers have technical difficulties. The season is over. Dire's ancient is collapsed.
A little game of freeze tag could turn lethal.
Double kill! It'll be over for Dire's
Point.